Hello, hello, hello. Happy Monday. How y'all doing? Hi, Paula K. Hi, Rosemary. Figured y'all are here. Might as well go on and hit the button. They say pull up to the bumper, baby. Just hit it. Just get it. Let's go. Let's start. You can tell I've had a lot going on. I've been writing on my paper. So nothing that's private. So no, nothing that we worrying about. But welcome to Create Joy Studio. I am Karen McCoy, as Monique says, the real McCoy, real Karen McCoy. That's how she said. I have a permission slip today, and I kind of gave myself permission, official permission slip. I don't really want you to read what's on it, but it's my official permission slip. So if I need to give you a permission slip, just let me know, and I will write you out a permission slip because I have a whole bunch. Because sometimes we need to give ourselves permission to just show up and be fabulous. Hi, Marina. How are you? How are you doing today? How was your weekend? I feel like we need to just have a phone call and just catch up and not do it over, But anyways, thank you for being here in the studio once again. Um, I have been doing a lot on the backside. This morning I started out with Bitty Penny because y'all know I had to take dogs out very early this morning. And so it's just like, wait a minute, Bitty Penny's on. So since I'm up and she's live, and I sat on the porch, but then she started doing all this great and fabulous stuff. So I had to come in the studio and I took one of the ones we did yesterday and I turned it into a card. Isn't that cute? Like, yesterday, I did this yesterday, literally yesterday, and I finished it off with some pen work, a little bit of pen work, but yeah, let's put that on it. And then I took these flowers. Remember, I did these flowers yesterday. And then I cut them out because remember, I told you you can do that too. Cut them out, put them together, make your own little bouquet. For my card makers, you definitely can take these out and put them on a something like that and put a sentiment around. You do what your little heart desires. But I kind of wanted to, let's get a piece of paper. Hey, Lynn, before I get going, I'm just going to kind of do a little bit before we get kind of started. Give everybody time to get their notifications, and then we'll see. Usually on this card base, it's going to go something like that. Or you can take this one and put it like that, and then put that. You know how Crystal likes to put stuff up. We can make this elevations, make it dimensional. Turn that right there and just imagine those being up. And then I have these little things. I can take them and put them, make that be up a little bit. Put that on a ledge. Put this one on a ledge over here. Put that right there. And then you pop a sentiment down somewhere. Keep looking where the light shines bright. That's beautiful. I feel like I need to commit. Like I feel like we need to commit. I do. I do. I do. And then the weather wants to get bad now that I'm started my live. Not that I'm complaining. We just pray for the internet not to go off. But I'm gonna give you a disclaimer, guys. So if the internet happens to go off, the weather literally is just now. The wind's blowing hard. Sometimes the internet gets knocked out. Sometimes, because y'all know I'm country. I am very rural. I'm not in the city, nowhere near it. But right now the wind is just picked up and got me looking around. The trees are blowing. The If you could see the leaves just blowing by my window, just like okay, I'm gonna pay attention. Hello, Cookie. Hell, wait, that's a different Mary. Wait, oh, that's something on my screen. I was like, wait, is that a different Mary? I was like, no, that's Rosemary. I cracked myself up. Because the weather just kind of got to me. But Hi, Sal. How are you? Look, Sal said, I knew you already started. I hadn't got started yet. I didn't. I didn't. Truthfully, I just pushed the live button and was just saying hello and share my conversation from this morning. Thank you, Paula K. That means the world coming from you. You know it. Marina says, and I'm feeling better from this weekend. Oh, he was a little sick. Oh, but much better. Yes, yes. Now, Miranda, you know we can you can pick up the phone, call me. I ain't got no problems with receiving phone calls. We do set boundaries, but Miranda, you inside the boundary. I'm just gonna say it straight up, just like it is. You inside the boundary. You can call me. You can probably call me at 1 o'clock in the morning. I usually have do not disturb on. I don't know if it'll get through, but you know how to knock it off if you need me. That's just how it is. You know, there's sometimes you have people in your life that, they just, hey, I just need to hear your voice. Or you never know. You never know. I've had people like that in the past that I personally have needed. And I needed permission to like, can I call you at 2 o'clock? Because it's when the darkness comes and settles in my life. Let me speak for me. Hey Carla, I'm gonna get a minute. Get a minute. Everybody get their notifications. And you got this beauty on the desk. I did a lot of pausing today for Noah Wells because today was his farewell. They said, that that thing that we hate to have to, I hate, let me speak for me. I hate funerals. I don't like them. So I've been praying and asking God to give a lot of my energy to his mother because I know what she's walking through right now. And publicly, and having to do it publicly. That's even the hard part, having to do it publicly. But trust in the process. I know that she'll be okay one day. One day, because right now she's publicly talking about it. So that's good that she's talking about it, I guess. I haven't had the strength to even listen to her. And the only reason I know is because my mentor told me. Other than that, I'm over here just like, Lord, just give her strength. Just give her strength. Just give her some of mine. I'm finna go mow the yard, Lord. Can she have half the other half of the strength? That kind of thing. Carla says, hey, Karen, everybody. Laura and I are watching you and the ocean. Oh, I'm a little jelly. Just a wee bit. But y'all know, you know where I am right now. I'm walking vicariously on the ranch with who? Carol Buckingham. I am. Ooh, maybe Carol can saddle up one of the horses. Then I mosey on over there with Carla and Laura and ride down the ocean. If there's place where me and the horse can just trot along. Hey, y'all got to make up your own story. Because if you don't, people going to make it up for you. Oh, God. But I know it's going to be a fun time. Hi, Laura. How are you? Okay, who else? I got Lynn. Lynn, how are you? Lynn says, sitting in the car, just left out of the office. What a day. So did you finally get to see the doc? Is that what it was today? All right, I think I'm caught up with everybody. Zal, I'm not having coffee. I had to grab me a little energy because for whatever reason, I didn't know. It's not for whatever reason. I didn't go to bed till late. I was up. Like I was in bed. Y'all know how you be in bed and you just can't fall asleep? I couldn't fall asleep because my brain was on watercolor. And I was thinking about what I was going to do today. So today I'm going to do roses and I'm going to slap paint on paper very intuitively, in my intuitiveness, right? You might be like, what you say? Why you cussing at us like that? And I was just like, no, you just want to just kind of flow. So that's how it's going to be. So hello, 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 hello. Hey, Adrian. Doctor on Thursday. Oh, well, why are you sitting in the car? Hey, Allie K. I gotta wait for the story. I have been bed staring into the dark, wishing I could go to sleep. So yes. Mo, you got a hidden camera on us. Oh goodness, y'all. I'm enjoying my lives every day. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mondays and Wednesdays are great, but to hang out with y'all every day of my life. or every day for a whole month. It has so far it's been 20 days. And so far I've not like, oh, darn, I gotta find something to do. I gotta go live. No, you know why? Because this is what I do. In order to reclaim my spark, renew my joy, rediscover who I am, this is what I do. I'm in the studio anyway. So it really, really, really works out great. It does. It does, right? So we've had it for 20 days. Today is day 20 of World Watercolor Month, and we're gonna have some palette fun and color. Kind of already. That's why I got this up here representing. We're gonna use our rollers of gallery. I'm pulling out some of my other intents, which is another one of my handmaids that I like. I realized they were screaming out of the box and just like, hey, you ain't showed us. And I was just like, my bad, but I kind of hoard you too. My handmade watercolor, y'all, I hoard. I do. I do. We'll just say, hi, Darcy. How are we doing? Everybody check in with me. How's the weather? How's the smoke? How's the rain? Like, we all got all the things going on. And from what I gather on the Weather Channel, um, everybody's going to still be getting a little bit more of it. Okay, Lynn said, just finished okay, you're just finishing up with work. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right, check. Want to make sure. Just want to make sure. So we've had 20 days of world at watercolor. This is day 20. And that deserves to be celebrated, especially if you've been here every single day. And pretty much everybody that's commented in the chat, you've been here. Whether you've been here on Team Replay or whether you've been here live in the chat. Goodness gracious, I'm celebrating you. I just love you so much. I do. Not because every day has been perfect, but because we are still showing up for each other. Y'all are still creating, I'm still creating, and we're still giving ourselves permission. Remember, I told you, I started out, I gave myself permission to enjoy the moment that we're in. So, right now, today, if you need a permission slip, just holler out, I need a permission slip. You're going to have to tell me what you want me to put on your permission slip or put it in the chat. We'll put your name on it so that we can hold you accountable for giving yourself permission. I give myself permission to dot dot dot. Right? Today is about just continuing to be free. That's why I like doing stuff very intuitive. It doesn't have any plans. The only thing I planned out for World Watercolor Month is thumbnails. That was it. You notice I've even changed some of the things that maybe come after World Watercolor Month 2026. Something maybe has changed, but most of the time we kind of just show up, right? And then when you're showing up, freedom to create kind of without overthinking it. That's what I wanted World Watercolor Month to be. Freedom to try maybe something different. Maybe watercolor isn't your thing. Maybe you found me over here because YouTube recommended me. I got a lot. My analytics say I was been recommended to a lot of people. Thank you for receiving the invitation from YouTube. And thank you if you've signed on, if you've subscribed and you signed on every day or every other day or what have you. I just want to celebrate you. I do, and tell you thank you, right? And I want to give you the freedom to let colors, I want you to give yourself the freedom, but I want to give you the freedom and permission to let colors blend. As I slap paint on the paper, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. Blend, let it surprise you, let it remind you that everything does not have to be controlled. It does not have to look fabulous all the time. You know why? Because life doesn't look fabulous all the time. I mean, we fabulous, but even in our poopy stage, we still have to just trust the process, right? Sometimes we spend so much time trying to get everything right that we forget to enjoy what is happening right in front of us. Look at this beauty. But today, I want you to slow down. Okay. Y'all know me. When you're over here and you've taken the time out of your day to spend with me, I want you to be in the moment. I want you to make room for joy. We are trusting ourselves. We're going to hone in on our peace, right? And we are remembering that creativity, it's not about proving anything to anybody. It's about expressing what you feel. Hey, Eddie. Rosemary said, excuse from creating because sitting up causes pain. Haven't created since beginning of April. Rosemary, yes. But Rosemary, I'm quite sure in your mind, you're doing a lot of creating in your mind. See, being creative is more than just pen to paper or glue to paper. Like last night, like I said, I couldn't go to sleep because my brain was like in overdrive. And I was just like, and I sat and I realized I was kept thinking about yellow roses and red roses and purple roses, blue roses. I even had a thought of a black rose. So even with that, Rosemary, you're still part of the team. So I appreciate you for showing up. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So welcome into the studio, y'all. Those who have just come in since I started, grab your paint, grab your thoughts. Grab you a cup of tea, water, a good pillow, right? Bring your paper, but most importantly, bring your whole self. Just be in the moment right now. The puppy kind of scared me. This is day 20, and we're creating with confidence. We're going to be moving with purpose. Today, when I sent out my little motivation little thingies, I included purpose, choosing joy, trusting the process, trusting God, and having faith. Those are the things that I kind of honed in on. That's kind of on my permission slip. See, my permission slip ended up being two-sided. So let's get started. Let's go. What we're doing. What we're doing. And remember, intuition. If it's not your word, that's okay. Me, myself, and I want to have the ability to understand some things without having to really understand some things. You get that? But when it comes to my creativity, I literally want to trust my emotions to just fall out on the paper, right? I want to feel in color. So choosing a color, you choosing a brush stroke or a brush. I've already chosen my two brushes because I've done good with using other brushes. So we're going to choose these brushes because I'm going to do roses, right? And remember, you don't have to overthink everything in your creative process. Your intuition needs to be trusted. If you think it, then do it. See what happens. It's just paper. It's just paper. It's just paint. It's just paper. It's just paint. That's all. That's all. But for watercolors, intuitive means letting the paint guide me instead of me trying to control every little detail. And y'all know, doesn't that sound like life? We trying to control the paint. We're trying to like was could have been trying to control. I wasn't trying to control anything on here, but I just let the colors naturally do what they wanted to do. And then this morning when I was sitting up here with watching Bitty Penny, some things caught my attention. Now, if this would have been, I would have spent a whole lot of time trying to make it beautiful, beautiful, whatever, make it perfect. I wouldn't have been able to create it. Like, I wouldn't have been able to just really do something with it because I would still be going in trying to make it perfect. But this, I allowed the water and the pigment to move freely, making the brush strokes kind of do what they wanted to do without a plan, right? And then I kind of put a little texture on there. So, and then we added different layers, and then it finally said stop. Then I signed it, put it on, we call it a ledge. So, it worked out. Okay, let me go back. I feel like I missed some things. The chat got to moving. Hi, Brenda. Marcy. Is that Marcy? I'm a paper crafter, so making a card today. I love it. Welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper to heal, one brushstroke at a time. We have a guest in the studio. It is Blake, and he's not sleeping. So if y'all hear him, which you might not, but if you hear him over there growling or whatever, and Blake is the puppy. Okay, what else? What else? Brenda says, my brain stays in overdrive, body in neutral most of the time, first gear on good days. Last night, that's where I was. And then I woke up again at 3 o'clock. Side pen and paper, we have a new friend. Okay, got it. Yep, I did that one. Rosemary said my projects are piling up. But Rosemary, what that tells me is when you finally get up and finally get to moving, you won't be bored. You will prioritize what you want to do, how you want to do it. So we won't look at it as a pile of things piling up, we'll look at it as, oh my goodness, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. And knowing when to just pause, stop, and rest. I love it. Love it. Okay, these are my flowers. Now we put these down because I cut these up. What? I think I'm going to commit. I think I'm going to commit real quick. We're going to commit. And then we're going to get to slapping some paint on some paper. We're going to switch gears, change out, move over. Now, if you're here and this is your first time here and you haven't hit that subscribe button, don't rush. Don't rush. Date me a little bit. I want you to hang out with me a little bit. See if you like me. You know, you might not like me. And so you don't mess up my analytics and go unsubscribe. Did y'all hear Blake? Blake is just he doing too much right now. So you don't unsubscribe and mess up the analytics. Just kind of hang on a little bit. Just hang on a little bit. I think he dropped his toy. That's what it is. He's trying to get his toy and he just went up under the cart. Right? So I'll give you a formal invitation, but I mean, if you've already checked out my replay, I mean, checked out some other videos and you just, no, I like you, I'm going to hang out. Go and hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all, and that way you'll be notified. You got to go potty? Okay, hold on. Let me put him out already. Come on. Okay, hopefully he comes back to the door when he's done. If not, then we'll have to go and look for him in the front because he'll be at the front door banging on the door like he doesn't know he can come back here. I'm gonna put that kind of right on top of it. These are my little wedges, my little heels, my little mountains. I don't know what they were. I've had them for so long. Barb sent them to me. We were supposed to do something else, and I'm just like, you know what? Since I've been hanging out with these card makers, I've been seeing all the beautiful stuff that they do, and I'm just like, I can do that. Let's put some glue on there because I'm all out of my other things, y'all know. Crystal used them all. So we got to go get some more. Gonna let that hang off. Where's the other one? And these are my flowers that I stamped. There's a video we did. We had a whole video. It's part of World Watercolor Month. Because if watercolor isn't your thing, you can go over. That was a lot of glue, and I'm not gluing that down that way. Good God Almighty. Okay, I'm going to have to mush it off somewhere. Or what can I do? Let me see. No. Mm, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take some more flowers. Let's do this. I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to cut this up. Yes, I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to cut it up. Hey, Ava Lee. How are you? Ava Lee said, my grandson's here. Ava Lee, what's your grandson's name? Azalea was doing her own thing yesterday, y'all. She said she was trying to figure out some stuff. I said, well, I told the people you probably were in the pool. And she's like, no. Her mama had just put, I think she said chlorine in the pool. I said, we're gonna leave that tail. Uh Put it this way, maybe. That way. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wait, let's do it. Now let's put the glue on here, Karen, so you don't mess that up again. Because I was getting ready to do the same thing again. But you know, glue is important. All right, let's put that cross there like so. Like a good tar going over there. Oh, yeah, look at that. Sebastian, hello. Happy Monday, Sebastian. I hope you're having a great day hanging out with your granny. Are you a granny, Avalie? Let me know all the deets so I can be, I can do it right and give the correct hello and all the things. Do 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 do. So Marcy, is it Marcy? Am I correcting? Am I enunciating your name correctly? The tongue gets kind of caught up every now and then. Graham had after the live yesterday. Graham had me between Graham and Crystal. They had me in the field. I was walking the dogs. They had me in the field. I was y'all. If I had a ring camera out there in the field, y'all would have like save the video for when y'all need to have some inspiration because I was running and dancing because Graham sent me Sam Cooke, a little playlist, and it just kept going with Sam Cooke, and I was like, yes, that's it, Cupid. And then Crystal sent me Bruno Mars. Well, the young man was playing Bruno Mars. I'm gonna give y'all a snippet of it. I know I can give you a snippet, just a snippet. You know, we can't do too much of it. I wonder if how that works because it's on YouTube. But I'll give you a snippet and then you can go and check it out because I'll put the link to it in the thing. Hold on. Gotta put it over here so you can hear it. Okay. But the young man, let me show you where is it at? Come on, give it back. He's playing the drums. So that's him playing the drums. So the Bruno Mars was singing, but he is playing the drums, and then he hit that in because y'all know I love a good cadence. Look it, he is killing it. So I'll put this in the thing. Listen, I did not look at the funeral online today, and I've been trying to avoid it by every means because I really didn't want to cry today. And if I would have watched that funeral, I would have been crying bloody tears, because I feel like I didn't cry. As a matter of fact, I didn't cry at Joshua's funeral. So, feel like now I'm just scared to go to funerals because I feel like I will lose my whole sanity. Period. Period. So that's how it is. Hi, Miriam. Miriam, listen, them daggum pencils you had, I feel like I need them in my life. Is there a way I can get them? They were so pigmented. I might use them. He is my son-in-law. Wait a minute. Hold on. I gotta back up. I feel like I gotta back up. Miss something? Nope, I didn't miss anything. Okay, hey, my grandson, I got that. It's Sebastian, I got that. Yes, you're correct. Okay, great, Marcy. I like that. Like to be known. Like to be known. Um, yes, Marcy, where are you located? Oh, this is done. I like it. I love it. And it's on black paper. So that is already going to go on a card base because it's already on black paper. So that's going to be a card. And it says, keep looking where the light shines bright. That means don't stay in the dark, y'all. Hey, Jackie. How are you? That daggone P was on one this morning, y'all. She had me laughing. I was going through the grocery store because y'all know I was running some errands. I was trying to get errands done because I had to do some things. And I was in the grocery store just laughing when Mariah said something about watercolor. And she's like, well, whoop-de-doo, well, whoop-de-doo. And I just bust out laughing. And the lady like looked at me. I was like, you'd have had to be on here to hear because I had my earphones in. But that thing just had me so tickled. So I think this sentiment, keep looking where the light shines bright. It's all the things that make you laugh, good, bad, or indifferent, right? Let's see, is Blake back? He's sitting right outside the door. So he tinkled and he's just sitting right outside the door. Okay, great. Well, he knows how to jump up on it if he's ready to come back in. Um, but yeah, today was great. Mariah made a beautiful card. I was there for all the things, but a couple times I had to pop out, so I'm gonna have to go back in and see some things. I was there, but I like to be in the chat. I hate to be everything to be going on and I'm not part of the chat. The chat is where it happens. I feel like it's a long ways up. Let me zoom in a little bit. Y'all need some zoom, or is that good? Just looks a little far to me. And it could be me. But y'all know this phone. It does its thing. Every time I undo it, it just resets. Um okay, did I miss where cookie? I am Southern California. We got some folk in California. Lindaville. Lindaville's in California. Is Lindaville here? Lindaville, her box went out today. Ava Lee's box is over there. It's waiting till she gets ready to go home so it doesn't have to be sitting there waiting on her. We don't want that. Okay, I'm going to be slapping some paint on some paper today, y'all. And because I've been inspired a little bit, just a little bit, let's close that. Been inspired a little bit by yellow, by purple. Y'all know all my colors that we've used. And these right here, these are intense. I got these off of what's that place? Etsy. And they are handmade watercolors. So I'm going to use them along with my Rosa Gallery because you know my Rosa Gallery has my good green. You know, we got that good, where is it? I got to turn it. Which my good green right there. This green I mix with any green and I love it. Pick what color is that good green? Oh, it's umber. It's not even green. That's what it was. It's umber. I know the name Lindaville. I think I see her on Craft Roulette. Yes, yes, Marcy. Lindaville be on Craft Roulette. Lindaville just put in her, I think, 126 card. And then we got Bitty Penny. Like, so yeah, all of those. And watching them has made me turn into um a mini version of a card maker. Don't say it out loud. I won't say it too loud, right? Because Paula K will say something. Ava's son-in-law is a talented musician. She shared his details over the weekend and I checked him out. Wow. You know what? I feel like I had did what she had said. I looked up the name, right? And then Graham sent me something. Then Crystal sent me something. So he's on the list to be motivated. If to inspire me to move my hips. Yes. And if anybody needs to know, so Cookie, if you can put the link in and let everybody know, that'll be great. Because you know you probably get to it a whole lot faster than me. Um, Ably said, I'm working on something for you. Oh, what mail I want to get back. Oh, you know my mailbox be this is it. It needs to have a good time. It does. It's been having a lot of junk mail in it lately. Has stamps gone up? You know I was here typing as soon as you said mini. Paul K, I receive it. I'm a card maker, but I'm a little card maker. I'm not Paula K status, but we're not here to you know what that thing is. We're not here to compare either, right? We're not. Okay, it's Monday. It's World Watercolor Month, and Mondays and Wednesdays are my days to kind of give you a little bit of what can I say? Motivation. And I feel like this is what I feel like. I asked myself, and myself said, I said, self, how's things going with your family? How are you doing with your family? Because y'all know this year for 2026, I set some hard boundaries. I set some hard boundaries, like fence boundaries with wire with here on the ranch or here in country town, what we call it, it's got fire on it. So if you come up touching the fence, you might get, get shocked. And so I had to check in with myself. So I want to talk honestly about family. And along with family, I learned comes love, it comes peace, and it also comes with the responsibility that we have to take care of our own emotional health. That's why I pulled back out my permission slips, right? Because family can also be where old patterns remain. And sometimes when families show up because they're not working on themselves or they're in a different place where you are, right? This is where you might have to give yourself permission to excuse yourself. Remember around Thanksgiving, um I gave y'all we had some excuses. We came up with some excuses so people wouldn't be offended that we were going to step out on them. We're just going to step out the room. We're just like, nope, not going to do that. Right? Sometimes people continue speaking to the person that hurt them, abused them, used them, talked about them, continues to talk about them, continue to be slick and sly and throw out little, innuendos that just kind of like, wait a minute, did you just really call me you know, even though they're grown. And sometimes we love them and sometimes they love you, but they do not understand you. Eddie, listen. Now, you know, I'm here in Alabama. I told William we was gonna have to put some fire on the fence because Brandy jumps the fence. I said she touched it one time. She wanted to touch it no more. But then I didn't want to keep the deers. Last night I was out walking the dogs and walked up on a big buck. I said, boy, you better be glad I don't have a shotgun and I need some good meat. I'm gonna let this dog, I'm gonna hang this, let this dog stay right here. I made the dog stay there. She was just trying her best, just like, let me get it, let me go. No, that sucker had some horns, and that thing, if he'd have turned around, if my dog would have ran at him, all he would have had to do was turn around and let her run right into them horns. I didn't want that at all. So sometimes I also like the wildlife to kind of roam free. I don't want to cause any harm to the wildlife. It's enough when it's hunting season. So, but every stroke that I'm going to take on these flowers, it means somebody isn't healing, but I am, right? When you think about family, and we love our family. We want to love on our family without losing ourselves though, right? We do not want to lose who we are. Y'all, we got to give ourselves credit. It's July. It's July the 20th. We've done a lot of work. And if you've been here since the beginning with me on Mondays and Wednesdays, you know I'm working on my own personal emotional intelligence. Y'all are here. Y'all put in the chat. We're holding each other accountable. So we don't want, people to be like, well, I meant well, or I didn't mean it the way you took it. No, I mean, yeah, sometimes they do mean well, but their choices still affect you, right? And so for me personally, I've just accepted the fact that sometimes like, okay, here's the time I got to put this fence up. Okay, because they want what they want from me and they don't want to support me in my growth. They say I'm bougie. They say I think I'm better than them. I don't think I'm better than them. I just think I'm better for me if I do better for me, not for you, but for me. And sometimes we keep accepting bad behavior that hurts because we don't want to create tension. Y'all know I was telling y'all, Mr. McCoy, his biggest thing is he does not like when people are mad at him or when people don't want to. Remember the granddaughter? When the granddaughter was here, he's just like, I just don't want to be the bad guy. I was like, well, somebody got to be the bad guy. I ain't got no problem being it. We set boundaries, we made rules, and the kids, we have to teach them how to live and abide by rules. Other than that, they'll go out here in the world and think everybody's supposed to just move at their whim. And that's not the way it works, right? So this conversation that I'm having today as I slap this paint on this paper, is not about cutting people off or becoming cold or callous or just mean or just tell them to go to hell. That's not what it's about. It's about learning how to love people without becoming drained by them. Because remember, they're not interested in becoming better. But you might have to teach them that it with your being who you are to be in your space, you might have to teach them. It doesn't take but maybe one or two times. I don't know. Me personally, it's about protecting my inner life without attacking someone else. Because when somebody ticks me off, usually somebody else get what that person should have gotten. And that's just not fair, right? So in my journaling, because y'all know I journal and I have my whole emotional intelligence journal. So in the journal, I was asking myself questions and I'm just like, well, this might be a good conversation to talk about while we slap some paint on the paper for World Watercolor Month. Because we're going to make these bouquets and, go make them pretty. Okay. So just remember the conversation is not about how to be rude. It's not. It's about protecting your inner peace, your inner joy, and peace is not something, remember, I told you, peace is not something that simply comes and we get up and we just, oh, I'm just so zen. Yeah, it's something we have to work for. You got to manage it. You got to protect it. You got to practice. What does peace look like? Right. And then what does it look like when somebody I call it disrespecting your boundary. Because you know how you get the people and you be like, they start laughing when you be like, well, no, I don't want to do that. And then be like, oh, well, no, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're gonna do. And you be like, no, I don't want to do that. It's a hard no for me. And then they continue on. And you just be like, you know what? That is where boundaries come in. This is where a boundary needs to reside, right here. Because you know what? This is what I feel. This is what I feel. This is what I've learned in the last 7 years since my son's death. Love needs some structure. It do. It do. If you agree, put I agree. Love needs structure. I don't care who you're loving, who you're not loving, but love needs structure. I've learned it. I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this about 30, 40 years ago. I really wish I knew it when I said the first time I told somebody I loved them. Because if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't even said I love you. Because the structure that we kind of bring up, it wouldn't allow you to say that, right? Because we often speak about love as though love alone can make the relationship healthier. With Mr. McCoy and we have a saying. He'd be like, we don't get into anything because it takes two to argue. Usually I'm the one doing all the da 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 da, and he's just sitting there looking, right? And I'm just like, okay. So he'll be like, but I love you. And I'll have to be like, I have to remind him, but love without respect can become painful. Love without honesty can become confusing to me. And then you tell me you love me, and then you have limits for this, and they all kind of meet up. There's no separation from your love for me and seeming to be with somebody else. So love needs structure. And that's not out of order. God says leave to cleave. It says that in the Bible. You're supposed to leave your home, and you get your wife, you and your wife and your husband or your wife and your wife, y'all get together, and y'all have to decide what your boundaries look like. You have to decide what your love structure looks like, right? Think about it as a beautiful garden, right? This is why I'm gonna put it out here like this, because I just left out of the rose garden. That's why these roses are going to look like my rose garden. Think about it like that. My rose garden needs water. It needs sun. It needs me to till the weeds out of it. What else does it need? Sometimes I have to put some some bug stuff on to keep the fungus off. So it needs attention. And I feel like I'm gonna have to put a fence up because the dogs go and pee on the outskirts and part of the bush on the bottom. I was trying to figure out, why is that, dying. But we moved the dog's water bowl, and the dogs have to go past it. So I was just like, yeah, I might have to put me up a fence, which will be cute. It'll be cute, but the fence is going to help protect what's growing. That is what boundary does. So when you have a structure and you have a love structure, think about that garden and everything that I just said. A boundary is not a wall that we're going to, hide behind. And we don't build this wall because we're angry and we're mad at somebody. The boundary is just a wall that we need to have so that people understand this is as far as I can go. This is as far as she's going to allow me to go. Right? That's just like I told Morena, you can call me, you inside the boundary. Like, you inside, you come in and out the gate because you've been given permission to come in. Right? So a healthy boundary kind of is when you give a clear statement that kind of says this. It's like, let me see. Let me see. I might say, Eddie, this is what I need for this relationship to remain healthy, right? That's kind of like what a boundary might sound like. It might be like, Eddie, I care about you, but I cannot continue conversations that kind of leave me emotionally drained or emotionally exhausted or one-sided. Because maybe, Eddie, I call you and all it is about you. Can we have a two-way street? Can we have some reciprocity here? Like, and then Eddie would say yes, no, whatever. Or most of the time, when you have people who are not willing to receive you like that, they're gonna be like, well, when I called you, I was calling you about me. And then I would say, well, when you called me, you kind of caught me at a time. I just responded because, I want to be there for you. Now that we've talked about your thing, can you be there for me? Most of the time, people don't do that, right? And then you kind of come back and I'll say, well, Eddie, I want to be close, but closeness does include respect. And I love you, but I need our relationship to work a little differently. That sounds nice. That's not cruel. That's just clarity as to what I want. Now, here's how it goes. Then Eddie would come back, and Eddie, you're more than welcome to put in the chat if you would like to join me in this little dialogue. Then he'll say whatever he needs to say, and then I'll be crystal clear on what he wants. But clarity gives people the opportunity to understand what needs to change, right? And we don't do that enough. We walk away. We abandon the whole thing because we don't want to be confronted. Or we don't want to be known as the mean person or whatever. I don't care anymore. My life is so important to me. My self love is so important to me. I will abandon a whole bunch of people in order to keep loving on me. I'm not going to stop calling self abandonment love. It's not. It's okay. Like I told y'all, we have a situation going on in my family right now. That doesn't mean that I don't love them. It just means that I have decided that I'm not going to let that kind of get on my get in my watercolors. It's not, right? And many of us, we've been taught that loving family meant constantly adjusting ourselves to their foolishness. We became the person who understood everyone, and we kept the peace. We avoided difficult conversations. We forgive them quickly and then move on. And then we come back and show up for the dinner next week. And same thing over and over again. We go back home and tuck our tails between our legs and we're hurt again. Then we show up again and we're hurt again. We showed up consistently. We tried to make everything feel normal. But that's not love, guys. Somewhere along the way, we may, maybe confused it with love because we didn't want to be abandoned by the person. But listen, self abandonment happens when you repeatedly ignore your own needs to keep someone else comfortable. That's what that does. It happens when you say yes while everything inside of you is saying nope. You can't, you should not operate on a one-sided relationship, right? You just can't. Now you can, but it's going to be at the sacrifice of your love, your peace, your joy, and you just won't be able to renew, reclaim, and rediscover who you are at all because you'll always be apologizing for what somebody else did. It happens when you really accept apologies but never see change behavior. They keep coming back and saying, "Well, I'm sorry I said that. I didn't mean it to hurt your feelings." But then they come back and they do the same daggum thing next week or next month or in 15, 20 minutes. All in the gals of, well, I didn't mean it that way. Or here's the other thing. Stop being so sensitive. Well, how about you stop being so damn mean? I don't have to suppress my how I feel if you just kind of let me be me, receive me the way I am, and then I'll receive you the way that you are. Because I'm not saying change who you are as a person. What I am saying is once I make it crystal clear that you stepped on my Christian Louboutins, you marked them up, now they have a ding on them, they cost too much, and I am no longer going to suppress this. It's not going to disappear. We're going to have to talk about it because I'm not going to walk away feeling resentful or angry or get anxiety every time you come around and got to put my shoes up under my under the chair, or I got to take my shoes off because you're going to come and you're going to step on my Christian Louboutins. One, because you're mad because I got them. That's a good example because I don't have no Christian Louboutins. I'm just saying they are so uncomfortable. And yes, I know because I worked in a shoe department. I was the manager, so I know about them. They're uncomfortable. But it's a good, it's a good analogy. Mariah, who popped in? Brenda said, a break from my family trying to fix me. I didn't need fixing. I needed to roll around in my grief, digest it, and get through it, not just get over it. Absolutely, Brenda. I think that was one a lot of well, you know, my all of this we talk about it comes out of my journal for the last 7 years. And I just learned I'm more important. I'm more important. So Brenda, arose to you for realizing that you did not need to be fixed. Your heart is grieving. You're getting up every day living without someone that you love, and trying to figure out what that next day look like. It's hard sometimes. It is very hard. So I'm happy that you're not suppressing your emotions. I'm happy that you disappeared a little bit to take care of you. So that way you don't have to be angry. I am very, very pleased to read that. I am. They weren't respecting my boundaries and I was trying to please them to keep the peace. Yep, been there, done that. Ain't doing it no more. And my thing would be was like in my head, this is what I would say. This is a conversation I would have in my head. And I'd be like, don't they know I just lost a child? Like, don't they know I do not want to go? Don't they know I don't want to go sit up and laugh right now? Don't they know? And then it'd be like, okay, well, I'll go. And then one day I just couldn't do it no more. I just like, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to find a just something new. I just need something new. Then COVID happened. And then I got to come inside. Well, I was already inside, but the world had to come inside. Then I got time to think. Then I met new people. Then I got introduced to artists. Like I didn't consider myself an artist, but I got introduced to a new group of people. And that right there opened up my whole healing, my whole being, a whole new way to express myself without having to use words. 2019, 2020, 2021, I didn't have words. Remember, I didn't gain my words back until 2025, the beginning, January was once all of the stuff was done. Then it was just like, oh my goodness, I can finally grieve. I can scream, I can breathe, but I couldn't cry. But when I would show up for other people, I started looking at it around, 2022, 23, and I was just like, God darn, they just really taking me for granted. I started to feel like my opinion didn't matter. The pressure, the pressure was rough, but I felt like I had to show up. It's like if I didn't show up, I felt like I was a bad person, felt like I wasn't a good Christian. But then it's just like, God, what about them? Like, why are they so mean? Like, why they say some of the things they say? Like, I don't understand. And then it'd be like, well, God, they can say what they want to say. Why I can't say what I want to say? I don't understand. So you may feel that relationships only work when you agree with everybody. You may. You may feel that kindness has become an expectation because I did. You may feel it. I mean, if you do, it's okay. If you do, it's okay. Take Brenda, read what Brenda wrote, and then I'm gonna give you permission slip. I'm gonna give you permission slip right here. Here's our first permission slip. Give yourself permission to say, I do not need fixing, just time. And we want them to see we need time. Dot. That's it. Right? That's it. Because you don't have to agree with everybody. Everybody's gonna be like, you ain't over it yet. No, I had to say goodbye to a child. I had to say goodbye to another child. So no, I'm not over it. And if you need me to be over it, I need you to get on out my life. So it was the same thing, with watching Mr. McCoy grieve and trying to, pay attention to what he was needing because him and Joshua were like close, like conversations. Them two was thick as thieves. So it was hard to watch him navigate and then trying to be there for him. But how many of you know I had to let that even go? I had to say, Karen, hey, he doesn't talk enough for you to even try to help him. You're gonna have to just leave him be. And so he just will go to work. And then I can tell on his drive home from work if he probably cried a river all the way home because his eyes would be bloodshot red. And then he would be like, oh, I'm just tired because he worked the what do you call it, that 11 to 7 shift. So he would blame it on work. And then I was just like, see, he's not ready. So somewhere along the line, when I stopped showing up asking questions, then he would be like, you don't ask me how I'm doing, or he would not say it directly, but I'd be like, no, I got to take care of me. I can't take care of you. I can't take care of my other children. I have to take care of me. And you may feel that your kindness has become an expectation, right? And it did. And I had to just let it go, right? So before you speak, I want you to ask yourself, what am I feeling? What happened that made me feel this way? Like, because remember, I have to tell you guys, sometimes I have to ask myself, well, are you grieving? Are you mad? Like, did something happen? Did somebody say something? Is it Christmas? Is it Thanksgiving? Is it an anniversary? So I name my emotion now. I don't just be like, oh, I'm grieving. So I ask myself, what am I feeling? And I answer it in my journal, right? And usually, if it's something that is different from my son died, because, what happened that made me feel that way? It used to be, well, my son died. Okay, well, your son died. Now what? It's 7 years later. Now, what are you feeling now? Okay, well, I was triggered this week, well, last week, by the Noah Wells situation, like spiral. Y'all already know. We already talked about that. So we're going down the rabbit hole of you asking these questions, right? Then the next question I kind of do is like, what do I need so that I can stop feeling this way? Usually for me, that's where watercolor comes in. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to slap paint on paper and I'm going to really, really, really have a conversation with myself and be like, okay, just like we're going to put these layers on this flowers, how is that making you feel? Are you feeling better? Like, no, I'm not feeling better. Okay, well, change colors to see if the colors make you feel better. What about this moment, Karen, that you cannot receive joy? That's how I walk it out. Seriously. That right there has been my emotional intelligence. That's in real life for me. It's not just something, a journal that I made up. Emotional intelligence is just not me saying a name that sounds cute. Emotional intelligence not only being able to name your feelings, it helps me recognize what I'm feeling, understanding what triggered it, and choosing, right? Choosing how I'm going to respond. So when you're living a life like that, you're not going to get a bunch of people that are going to understand it. And if people haven't stood beside a casket of somebody that they really, really love, they don't get it, right? And I definitely don't want anybody to have children to have to be stand by a casket to know what I've just take my word for it. It's just not a good feeling, especially when your child is taken from you in such a public way. That's why listening to Noah's mom, and I couldn't. I was just like, yeah, I can't even watch that. Like, can't watch it. Can't watch the funeral. I know what it is to sit in the funeral. I know what it is to sit in the funeral where the world is watching. I already know what that feels like. So I had to tell myself, you're triggered by that, but what are we gonna do to untrigger? Like, we close that gun back up. Pow pow. Like, take the bullets. We want to start shooting some blanks, right? Okay, well, I'm going to paint the roses today for the live, and it's going to make me feel good so that I can help somebody else to navigate through their grief and to know that if they're okay, and to let them know that if they have to tell somebody, hey, you're not allowed in the fence, it's okay. Decide what you're trying to accomplish. Ask you, you asking yourself, what are you trying to accomplish? Respect yourself enough to make a decision for you. And you need to ask for privacy, ask for privacy. It's okay. Are you asking for them or are you asking for you? I was asking for me. My bad. Okay, well, self, we need privacy. All right, well, then go on in the studio and paint. This is what we do. Now, some of you might you haven't lost a child and you might be like, okay, well, I can't relate. It works the same way. If you got an unruly family member that don't feel like they're rude, because here's the thing, a lot of people don't think that they're rude. They don't feel that they're rude. They just think that they're being who they are. And that's okay. That's cool. This is where you have to teach them how to treat you. Like the dialogue I just gave with the conversation from me talking to Eddie. That right there. So if anything comes up after we have our conversation and it continues down the wrong way, then this is where the boundary comes with hot wire. That's when we got to put some fire on the fence. right? Because sometimes we make boundaries, and people think that they're complicated, and they're gonna still kind of try to, inch on in and whatever. Even though you've explained every detail of what you want, you provided a full dissertation of how they've disrespected you in the past, how what, excuse me, how what they said hurt your feelings, all the things. You provide a full history of everything that has ever gone wrong. But it still doesn't matter. You can still say what you need to say in a calm, brief, and very specific voice, and they still don't get it. You can say something like, I am no longer available for a conversation that becomes insulting. I can't take it. I can't do it anymore. Or you can say something like, this is my favorite. I'm not comfortable discussing that. I had to say that one a lot right after Joshua's death. I had to say that one a lot. I'm not comfortable discussing that. Or please ask before making plans that involve me. These are the things that people have done in the past. Don't. And Mr. McCoy and Miss McCoy, we're one. So when I say please ask before making plans that involve me, that means both of us. Don't make any decision. Don't go out there doing anything that then you're going to come on the back end and be like, well, I need you to do this and I need you to. No, 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 no. I don't want you to do that. And so when you have these conversations with people and people still show up and do it, that's when you put that fire on the fence. And then when they come back again, and then you kind of come very, very sharp, not cussing them out, not being rude, nothing rough. You kind of maybe come be like, you didn't hear what I said last time, did you? Now this is emotional intelligence. This is you trying to heal, or you trying to break wounds or break free of things that has made you feel real, real bad in the past. I don't like that one. We're gonna let that one rest a little bit. I don't like it. Hey, Ivy Pearl. It was hard when I lost my mom, but I felt even worse knowing we had to tell my grandma. Oh my goodness. Yes, I can relate to that. Having to tell my mother and having to tell my mother's mother, that was very hard. Yeah, it is very hard. It was very hard. It was very hard having to tell my children, having to make that phone call twice. The first time when my daughter and granddaughter died, it was hard because I couldn't even say the words, couldn't say the words at all. And so even when with Joshua, I remember sitting at the table trying to tell his brother, and then the other brother popped out and said it just bluntly, and I was just like, I couldn't say it. Right? So when you're trying to, here's the thing, when you speak, I usually speak from my own experience. I speak from past experience. That's all we have. I use the past for information only. I don't go and beat you up with the past. But if you're continuing to be the same person today that you was 10, 15, 16, 17 years ago, then I'm kind of going to feel a little bit dismissed when I tell you how I want to be treated, and then my concerns are not taken seriously, right? So I'll come back sometimes and I'll be like, you're always trying to control the situation, or you always being rude, or you always got to have things your way. And then usually after that, I'm going to go behind the fence with the fire because I don't have time. I don't want to, keep talking about it, right? I don't want to keep having to disagree. And people don't have to agree with you. Trust me. It's okay. But this is your house, it's your fence, and you allow who you want in your fence. Basically, you allow people in your life that you want to be in your life. And if you want rude people in your life, then hey, it's cool. Remember, I told y'all I like to have people in my life that can use the MF word. Because sometimes it just requires it. You got somebody that just didn't understand what was said. And I'd be like, hey, can you relay this that way? Because I think they speak that language. And I don't say it good. And I'm not going to be overacting either. You know, you may see it differently, but it's still what I need, right? You always done this No, they might say, I've always done this way. I've always said this. I've always, whatever. And then I'll be like, well, I understand. But check this out. This way no longer works for me. And they might say something like, oh, well, you've changed. And don't say nothing, like pop out. Just be like, yes, I've become more honest about what I can and cannot carry. And then they might call you selfish. And I want you to receive it. And I want you to say, I'm making a decision that supports my well-being now. I'm kind of, you know, you don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. You don't even have to be around me. But what you're gonna do, you're gonna respect me. That right there, that and drop the mic and walk away and go on behind the fence with the fire. Don't spend all your energy trying to prove that your boundary is reasonable. Set the boundary and get gone. And then tell them to kick rocks with open toe shoes on in the wintertime. Because peace is not the same if you continue to have these dramatic situations with the same people. That's all I'm saying. So as I was doing my little thing, we're gonna put one more down here. As I was doing my little, because we over here taking care of Karen, I'm not worrying about what my mama doing, my cousin doing, my children doing. I'm not worrying about what they're doing. I'm only worrying about what Karen's doing. And on my healing journey, as much as God keep waking me up every day, and I keep asking the same question, it's like, dude, what you want today? Like, I'm okay with you just, kind of like letting me stay in bed, rocking me to sleep. That's how it used to be. I'm okay with him waking me up now. But my pain was it was so hard and it hurt so much. It's just like, God, woke me up again. I got to live with this pain. It's because he knows. It's like, Karen, trust the process. I got you. It's not okay right now, but it will be one day. One day you'll be talking about joy to people. I would not have believed it, y'all. I would not believe that I'll be sitting up here slapping paint on paper telling you to set boundaries and stop receiving the hurt that people have told you was love. And when somebody do, if somebody comes up and tell you that you've hurt them, just be like, you know what? I apologize. Tell me how I can be a better person in your life, because I don't want to be here like that. I don't. And they might say something because they might not even be able to receive it. They might. But peace will help you set these good boundaries. And many people avoid boundaries because they believe boundaries will disturb that peace. But sometimes we call peace, sometimes the peace is simply just the absence of your presence. Sometimes the peace is just the absence of an argument. I just don't have the mental fortitude to argue with you anymore. And that is going to be my peace. And I'm not finna sit up here and smile and act like everything is okay. And that is my peace. Because I'm tired of being quiet and trying to grow because I have resentment in my heart for maybe what somebody did. God wants you to forgive and move forward, and everyone is not going to receive that. Okay? That was my little those my little some of my little headliners, on my little sheet. But when you spent years explaining yourself and ending the conversation and still feeling disrespected and still feeling like people are still, playing behind your back, you just learn that you don't want to do it anymore, and then you put your foot down, and you tell people you either got to take a stand. Either we going in the ring fighting together, or either we're just not going to do this anymore, because I can't continue to show up like this. I can't. It's too exhausting. And when you're a mother who have stood beside two caskets, I just don't have it in me no more. I know that joy can reside with my grief. I know that joy can reside in a situation where we both come to the table and say, "Listen, you said this that hurt my feeling, and then I said that hurt your feelings. We both were hurt. Can we both now come to the table and try to find a happy resolve?" Right? That's what I want now. And some people might be like, "Well, oh, well, I don't got time for it." Okay, no problem. No problem. No problem. Boundary doesn't mean that the other person has to agree. That's not. But what it does mean that I have to be the one that holds and follow through with my boundaries. Other people, like I say, they're gonna say I'm selfish. They're gonna say all the things, and that's okay. I don't care no more. But your boundary doesn't require follow through. A boundary is not the only. Listen, boundaries to me says something like, um, I just won't remain in this conversation where I'm being cursed at. Cause y'all know I told you my mama, she's a good cusser, right? So my conversation, if we're together and she get to go using the words and I'm on the phone or whatever, I'll just be like, you know what? I think it's time for me to go. Somebody, either somebody calling me or I got something to do, right? And if cursing begins and you stay on the phone for another hour, then I've kind of just messed that boundary up because I'm still allowing her to do what she does, right? And I'm learning. I'm learning because when I get on the phone now, she'll say something like, "Oh man, I forgot who I was talking to," and I'll be like, "And did." And like I tell her, I'm not trying to change you. If you feel like you need to curse, do your thing, boo. Do your thing. I'm just saying, don't curse at me. Now, if you want to talk about the SOB down the street that was this and that, then that's a little different. But if you're just like, well, I don't understand what the hell and all this here, that I don't want that. I was raised with that. I don't want that. I'm okay. So be like, I'll say something like, you know what, I'm finna go. We'll chat later. I'll chat with you later, right? Or you get that person that tells you what you need to do, what you should do. Be like, wait a minute. Or you get that person that want to call you and borrow money and they'll never pay it back. You gotta set these boundaries, y'all. I don't like that one either, but we're not gonna worry about it. We're not trying to have perfection. We're doing some intuitive brush strokes. We're just throwing the brush strokes down, adding some water, throwing the brush strokes down, adding some water, and just letting it do what it do. Not trying to control it. Why? Because the only thing we can do is set the boundaries and let the water do what it wants to do. Drop some pigment in there. This is life, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. This is why watercolor saved my whole sanity. And if that's too much, then put some more on there. Just let it go and then move on to the next one. We can't control it. We cannot control we can't control it. Like, and when you're trying to control other people, and you're trying to control their life, all they're going to do is resent you and make you out to be the bad guy. So now when I show up, I start out, be like, listen, I'm here. I got my barbed wire. I got my pole, the thing you dig the pole to put the fences up, my boundary maker, and I'm ready. So if we're not finna sit down and have a good time at this here dinner or whatever, then we can move on. I'm gonna set this boundary and I'll holler at you later. I'll see you. Bye. And then they're gonna be like, oh, I don't know who Karen thinks she is. Don't matter who you think you is. I know who I am. I'm someone who arrives without notice with the boundaries of how she wants to be respected now. And I'm not going to follow through on all the boundaries. Once I give you your boundary as the person that's in my life, it's your responsibility to remember, oh, when I talk to Karen, I can't do X, Y, and Z. When I talk to Karen, oh, I can't ask her for no money because I ain't paid her from the last time. Right? Follow through is not a punishment. I have to follow through. It is my responsibility to follow through, right? It's not my mama's fault, it's not my daddy's fault, it's not my cousin's fault, it's not my husband's fault. It's my responsibility. And some people will test them new boundaries because the old arrangement worked well for them. Betty Penny, hi Betty Penny. Y'all know what I'm saying? The old arrangement worked better for them. You were at their beck and call. When they said they needed X, Y, and Z done, you didn't want to do it, but you were there. So, no, they don't want the new boundaries. Hell, sometimes I don't want the new boundaries because that means I have to hold myself accountable as well. But listen, when I ask people to respect me, I'm coming from a place of standing beside a casket. And it's like, if I can get through that day and I can sit here and slap paint on paper and sit up here and walk the ranch and live my life, I expect the adjustment to be made. Or Cut me. We don't need to be friends. Delete me from the Rolodex. Take me out your contact list. Make the adjustment for me just not to be in your life. And that's blood, non-blood, birthed it or not. I don't care who it is. Because every time I think about standing next to the casket of my son, I don't need all of the unnecessary stuff that comes in life. So I'm just saying for you guys, if you have a situation that's anywhere just a little bit remote, right? Set a healthy boundary. It's okay. Teach people how to treat you. Just like you learn how to watercolor, you learn how to gel play, you learn how to mix colors, you learn how to use the color wheel, you learn however you learn. You do it, remain steady, don't become angry, don't become resentful, and don't repeat yourself 20 times. Protect your joy, protect your peace. People will respect you more when you take a stand in your life. They might not like it for a while, but they will respect you. They will understand. They might even learn from you. Because when you're protecting your joy, it's not only about limiting difficult interactions with them, it's also about managing your thoughts before them and after them. Because how many of y'all put in the chat, if you've had an altercation with somebody, right? Had this altercation and you didn't say what you wanted to say. And then 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 2 years, 12 years down the line, you're like, I should have said this, or I should have said that. No, 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 no. We don't want that. We don't want to have to worry about those kind. We don't have to worry about that. So if we put these boundaries up now and learn how to manage them, we won't have to have these afterthoughts, right? Then you can leave the room and still carry the joy. You can leave peace instead of being pissed off. You can end the conversation with, you know what? I hope you have a great day instead of, you know what? I got to go, right? You can set boundaries and spend the rest of the evening not having to wonder, oh Lord, what is it going to be? When they going to say something? And then I'm ready. Like you be ready, right? You be ready. No, no, just let it go. Everyone don't need the same access to you. A loving family does not always mean giving every family member the same level of access. I've learned that over the last 7 years. Some people may be safe enough to hear your dreams. Others may only be safe enough for general conversations. Y'all know how it was. They threw Joe in the ditch. They sold him. He told him the dream. He should have never told him the dream. Everybody's not going to be happy for you. I mean, I sit on 10 and a half acres. You think everybody happy for me? Nope. Some people may respect me for being vulnerable about, okay, I know you don't like it, but, just come on, hang out a little bit. You ain't got to do nothing. I just don't understand how you spend all that money on this and that. And then you got this and, oh, you want me to keep my money so I can have it for you. Oh, my bad. I forgot. It's all about what you want in life, not me. I forgot. I thought it was about me. Bad. I'm just over here slapping paint on paper, just making sure I got enough paint to last me a lifetime. And you're making sure I got enough money to take care of you. Oh, I forgot. I got my priorities mixed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Real talk, y'all. My 10 and a half acres, they're for me. They're for me. I tell Mr. McCoy, they're for me. They're for me. Because when I prayed and asked God to give me peace, give me my peace back. Okay, you've taken my child, you've taken my first son, you've taken my first daughter, you've taken my first grandchild. Okay. I just need some peace. I need somewhere where I can go so that I don't have to deal with a lot of the world. Just can I have that? And then when he gave it to me, everybody don't get access. And I'm not being mean. I'm just protecting my peace. I'm protecting me, right? I want everybody else to examine their own behavior. I don't have time to, right? My emotional intelligence requires self-examination for me, not for everybody else. I'm not here to help everybody else change. I'm not here, definitely not here to help family change. They got to go and do the work themselves. And I've learned, they tell you, in counseling, you can't counsel your family. So I can't help them. I have to give them Lynn phone number and tell them to call Lynn so she can help them out. But I can't do it because most of the time they're gonna be talking about me, or I'm gonna be talking about them. Be like, they said this and they said that, and I'm just over here. I'm still grueling and stooling and pissed off from what they said 10 years ago. I'm not willing to let it go because I feel I need an apology, right? Not no more. I've released everybody. Everybody had got a clean 3 years ago. I said, if I can forgive the people that killed my son, I can forgive anybody. I had to pause, had to write about it, had to journal about it, had to pray about it, had to scream about it, had to mow a whole bunch of grass about it. But it's like, no, I'm over it. I don't have no ill will for anybody. If anybody got ill will with me, that's on them. If you don't talk to me and tell me what I've done wrong, ain't nothing I can do for you. Because y'all know what I say. If I knocked you down last week, last month, and you still down this week, that ain't my fault. That's your fault. Because you have the authority to get up. And you have the authority to make your own boundaries. So the next time Karen come around, you be like, she ain't gonna get me next time. Nope, and ain't. So I want you to know, expect resistance when you put up these boundaries, because new boundaries are going to surprise people. Their reaction does not determine whether your decision is healthy or not. Remain open, remain respectful, have a conversation if you need to, but do not let the pressure push you out of what you have decided to do. Let your actions support your words. Okay? And remember this. Your family can matter deeply to you, and your peace can matter deeply to you at the same time. They can reside in the same place, but you can demand that you want more peace. And if that requires you to tell family members, I just can't take it, I can't do it, can't do you right now, or we can't do this, it's okay. You can bring love and truth into the same room. You can let them know I care about you. And this behavior cannot continue with me. I value our relationship and our friendship, and you as my mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin. I'm not walking away from our love. I'm just walking away from the unhealthiness of what's going on, and I'm choosing a healthier way to love you. Therefore, I have to set this boundary. And sometimes boundaries are proof that your heart has become wise and that you decided to choose the peace. You're learning that joy cannot remain strong, and you tell yourself that you forgive people, but there's still resentment down in your heart. That can't be, right? So just like I took and slapped this paint on this paper, that's how I want you to just slap some names or whatever you need to do, slap some boundaries, whatever, work, whatever. Some of us might be working too much. I don't know. Those are some yellow. We did yellow, red. I need to do purple. Let's see. I think this is purple. But just like today's work today for World Watercolor Month, it's palette, fun, and color. Today is Monday, so it's our regular time. And I just had to share a lot of my heart because some things are changing, and I know some people are not going to be happy, and some people are going to try to guilt you into, guilt me or relationships into feeling bad. And I just wanted to say, set the boundary, let it stick, and tell people, if you love me like you say you love me, you'll respect what I'm asking you to do. And if you don't, I'm okay with that too. It's okay. It really is. It really is okay. It really is. I mean, I really, like I told y'all, I don't have the energy. I don't. And having, everything within the last couple of weeks that has happened with this situation with Noah, um, it just brought up some things. It triggered me real bad. I felt like I was right back in it. And I had to tell myself, hey, you're safe. You're okay. It's not you. Just pray for his mother. But it's not you. You're safe. If I don't do it, nobody else was going to do it. Right? So Find the boundaries that's going to make you feel safe. Or so whenever you are triggered, you feel safe because everybody's not here for your well being. They only want you to be there for them. And here's the thing, this is the thing that they don't understand. If they just respect you, they will get more from you. The lack of respect is what closes up the hands. So, what I've learned is I'm allowed to live with an open and guarded heart. I'm allowed to have my gate closed. I can turn the fire off when I want to let people in, but I can live with an open heart and a guarded gate. Not everyone needs to kind of, not everyone needs access. And remember, family usually are the ones that hurt us the most. And they come back and they say it in the gals of, but I love you. My daughter used to tell me, she's just like, I can't tell you how I feel because you're my mother. And I'd be like, what's that got to do with anything? I want to know how you feel. Hey, Lydia. Hey, Pinka. Who else done popped in? Because I got on one. I feel like I got on one, got to slapping that paint on that paper. Ooh, cha. Let me go back. Oh, Bitty Penny, Bitty Penny, Bitty Penny, Bitty Penny. Look, I get Bitty Penny. So this is what I said. I said I get on my Bitty Penny and I get to doing what I'm doing and I forget to chat. So that's why I don't give you no flack no more, Bitty Penny, because I know how it is. I know how it is. It just be like, look up, and I got the chat right in front of me, so I can tell when somebody comes in, because their name or the pinky hello just kind of pops up, or something makes me pop up, or the head pop up. Be like, wait a minute, we got some new people in the chat. So let me get. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? If there's anything that I missed, because y'all know. Mondays and Wednesdays, I kind of come on here. This is World Watercolor Month. I'm here every day, but Monday and Wednesday, I want to leave you with words of inspiration, especially after you've had a tragedy and you're trying to figure out how to reclaim, rediscover, and get your joy back, how to reclaim your spark, and how you just want to show up in the world, or how you just want to tell people to leave you alone, right? And sometimes we just have to tell them, leave me alone. I just don't want to do it. Like Brenda said, I don't have it. I just don't have it no more. Okay, Brenda said, I fell out of the balcony. My mom is a trigger. She didn't mother me as a child. Now she wants to give me advice, tell me how I should feel, what I should do with my money. I don't need mothering at 64. Child, listen. Are you listening? I try to stay away from the mothers unless I'm talking about me, myself, and I, and my children. I try not to mother my children. And so much so, I think that sometimes they feel like I maybe abandoned them. And it's because I do not want to tell them what they need. I do not want to come out my mouth and tell them what they need to do. The only thing I'm gonna tell them they need to do is you need not call me and ask me for money. Now that I'm gonna tell you, you need not call me and ask me for money. Because of the same way, if you call me and ask me for money, and then I'll be like, well, what you need money for? And you'd be like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Can you give it to me or not? Hey, oh, you want my money? I need to know where it's going. Because I like to buy paint. And I need to make sure when Blick has a sale or Jackson has a sale, I got paint money. So I work for mine. What you need my money for? I need to be able to go out to dinner when I want to go. So what you need my money for? Now, I got a couple of them that they just don't. Well, never mind. Okay, never mind then. And I'm okay with that. But I don't try to tell them, oh, Saul, I see you. Hey, you came in too. I do not try to tell them what they need to do. They tell me what they want to do. I'm here to support them. I'm here to support in any way, shape, form, and fashion that I can. I mean, because y'all know I told y'all I got one that's right now saying that I didn't raise them right. I didn't do right. I wasn't a good mother. And I was like, you know what? All right. Is that how you feel? That's cool. You have children. Be better than what I was. I'm not saying no, I wasn't. I'm not saying I did the best I could. No, I'm not. Because evidently it wasn't good enough for you. And now, don't call my phone and ask me for nothing then. Because I wasn't good. So I wasn't good then. I ain't good now. And then you get the ones that want me to babysit all the time. I'm not Big Mama. I am the mother of 7 children, 2 bonus children, right? So I'm trying to figure out what an empty nest is for a long, long time. I don't need people to keep coming back in the nest. Stay out the nest. So remember when I moved here on the ranch, I wasn't having nobody at the house, none of the grandkids at the house. I was trying to decide if I even like pizza because those were the boundaries, y'all, that I was trying to take. And this was with family. And it's not that I didn't love them. It's just that I love me more. I'm trying to tell you, I love me more. And I've learned standing next to Joshua's casket, I learned that I love me more. It took another child to pass away for me to stand flat-footed and just say I love me. I can't do this. I love me. I can't do this for you. I can't do this for you. I got to take care of me. I got to do this for me. So, and that old version of me, she appreciates it. She do. So, yeah, it's okay. Oh, that's not the good color. What color is that? Oh, that was the wrong color. So last night, after I finished with my Soul Train dancing that Graham sent me, and I went, and that's probably why I couldn't go to sleep last night. I put on Soul Men. Y'all know what Bernie Mac, because I need a Bernie Mac fix. And I laughed. I've seen the movie several times. I've seen the movie probably like 3 or 4 times because it was one of the movies that I had on for my noise. But I looked at it again last night and I was like, oh, I miss Bernie Mac. But the part where he was his nephew, um, putting him out there, telling me put me in this old folk home where can't nobody hear me scream. He's like, no, that's why I'm putting you out here so somebody can hear you scream. And I was just like, yeah, family, family do what they have to do. And everybody needs to do what they need to do, right? That's just it. You like the drama of these roses. These are my intuitive roses. We just slapping it down. There's no right way or wrong way. Just slap the paint down and let it do what it do. All right, let's do this pink right here. I like this. Oh, I gotta go pick up my medicine. I forgot. I did. And I'm almost out. So today so Bitty Penny, we're doing intuitive roses today. The roses, to with boundaries. You can't really, do a thing. When you have unruly family members, or you have family members that, they make pop shots at you and stuff like that. This is what these roses are representing. You can't control them. So you just kind of drop it down, circle it around, pop it down, lay the brush down, drag it, drop it, flow around, put some more water down. That's usually sometimes how family is. They show up hot. They show up especially you get the ones that want to control every situation. I'm speaking about that because that used to be me. Now I go into the room and be like, well, what y'all want to do? And then you go into the room and then they don't know what they want to do. Be like, well, y'all say I used to be controlling. Now I don't control nothing. So don't nothing get done no more? Well, we're gonna have a barbecue. Your husband wants to know if you want Chipotle. No, I don't want Chipotle. Ooh, I want a steak and potatoes. Just go by the store and grab. I don't want to cook. Yeah, just grab a couple steaks to throw on the grill, and then some baked potatoes or sweet potatoes. I do sweet potatoes, not baked potatoes. Do sweet potato. Thank you, Cookie. See, that's what we need. People in our lives that kind of be like, hey, he talking to you, and that's usually how it is. I be talking so much that I don't hear him, or either I be talking so much he don't be trying to hear me. I'd be like, I said it 3 times. Be like, I misunderstood. Oh, okay. And then I'll say something like, okay, it's on so many times you can use that one because you keep saying you misunderstood. That just means you're not listening to me. Am I by myself? Ladies, y'all, does that sound familiar? Yep, Mr. McCoy, he asked me about, but I'll be also trying to tell him, make a decision. Just if you'd have brought Chipotle home, I would have ate it. But being that you give me the opportunity to say no, then the answer no, I don't want it. Surprise me. Based on based on what you know I like. Just kind of, but sometimes. But how many of y'all can relate to that though? I mean, y'all get to see me and Mr. McCoy relationship really on here on like in the chat. Oh yeah, I forgot you don't eat meat. Oh, Cookie, you don't eat meat? Even to me, and I don't eat meat. Oh, Cookie, you don't eat meat. How I missed that? That you don't eat meat. Lord, I'm gonna chase the pig down to get the pork, and I'm gonna chase the cow down to get my steak. Listen, the dogs had turkey legs today for dinner. They had turkey legs and peaches, cause y'all know they're on a raw diet. So for dinner, cause they only got a little turkey leg, but for dinner they'll have um, hamburger meat, lima beans, carrots, and some mushed up um, sweet potatoes. So when he cooked the sweet potatoes for me, he'll cook the sweet potatoes for the dogs too. And if you're new to my channel, we have Rotties. We breed Rotties. We want to breed healthy Rotties. We don't have time to breed and have mess. And our oldest Rottie is what, 14? So everybody is doing good. They're outliving the age, and that's because we take care of them. And we don't feed them processed food, which is dog food. Well, the bad dog food. We were spending a lot of money on the dog food, but look at that row. Okay, Brenda said, I'm trying to I feel like I missed something else. Brenda said something up here. Mom has told me she is sorry for how I was treated as a child. I want to make up for it. Told her to talk to me like I am child is not making up for anything. It's just dragging her. Now, Brenda. Oh my God, Brenda. I feel like we can talk about that for the rest of the week. But I think you're taking a good stance. It sounds like what you're doing is you're setting the boundaries and you're talking to your mother, you're letting her know. So, Brenda, I feel like you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. And you're speaking it with love so that you can protect your peace. I'm trying to purge stuff and was doing okay. Now I'm taking too long going through stuff and looking too close. Need to get into peek and toss mode. Do the peekaboo, peekaboo, and just kind of so let me tell y'all something. So being that Brenda brought that up, because Brenda, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job co-hosting this right here from chat. This is just spot on. See, God knows what we need when we need it, right? Here's the thing. I have 2 suitcases full of Joshua's clothes, and I can't let him go. Like I go in there and I sniff. Like they still smell like him, and I don't cry anymore when I sniff. I just need a sniff. I need to smell him. It's just like I need to get a fix. And that's one of the things. It's still 7 years later. Like I'm not trying to get rid of it. It's the one of the things. It's one of my things that makes me feel better. Like so much so, my daughter. I wish I had. I don't have anything to smell, but every now and then when I'm walking outside on the property, I get this smell in my nose and it just makes me so happy. And then the trees, they kind of start blowing, they kind of start swaying like they really want to come down and hug me. Yeah, y'all might think I'm a little crazy, but it's okay. That's what my peace looks like, right? That's why I'm not letting anybody, anybody, when I tell you anybody, anybody. Azalea will even tell you, oh no, when my grandma says she needs her peace, she needs her peace. And nobody can take my peace from me. Because why? I know what it's like to stand beside not one, but two, but three caskets. And I just need to keep my joy because life is continuing to go on. And I'm going to have to stand beside more caskets. So I'm having to keep my peace so that I know how to grieve when it happens again. Hopefully, not a child. Lord knows, I hope the rest of the children, they bury me. I hope we ain't got to do that no more. I just keep praying, Lord, please, just not no, just no. But I'm not in control of life or death, right? So, but what I can tell you is I did learn. I learned from my daughter's death. So when my son died, I was like, okay, I know that I don't want to close up and I don't want to take 3 years for me to get myself together. Right? So I knew what I needed to do, and I needed to be honest with myself. This hurt. I'm angry. And at the same time, when people wasn't showing up for me because I felt like they should have, now I look back and be like, okay, well, I'm not gonna get mad. It wasn't important to them. It's important to me. So now I can't show up, not because I don't want to show up because you didn't show up for me. That's not what I'm doing. Now I'm showing up because now I need the peace of God that gives me all understanding. Like this is what that looked like. This is what it looks like. This is me walking it out. Mr. McCoy said I had to restart my live. Missed if you are good with Chipotle. Oh, never mind. Let me check. Let me text you. No, he missed all the good food. So no, Mr. McCoy, we don't want Chipotle. Let me text. No, no Chipotle. I want steak. I want sweet potatoes and a watermelon. And a watermelon. There you go. So that means you have to go to the store to get that because I don't want Chipotle. No, I haven't had Chipotle in almost 2 years. That's can't believe you asked me about Chipotle. We ain't had Chipotle definitely since the beginning, and probably we ain't have it. We are all going to Karen's house for dinner tonight. Come on, come on, come on. She wants look. Bitty Penny says she wants steak and sweet potatoes. Oh, God. Brenda says, I have some of David's fatigue sealed in a bag. I take them out and inhale occasionally. They have a scent. Yes, yes. Listen, that helicopter smell. Listen, that smell. See, it just went across my nose. I probably got some of that back there. Mr. McCoy probably got some of that back there. It's the thing you do. But yeah, okay. How many pages have I got? Because I just, been going with time. Oh, yeah, I got time. But we got to have time to put the stems to make them kind of. Got that one. Wait, I need another one. 'Cause, hold on. Gotta get some more paper. Heat watercolor paper. Carla, you finna go? All right. Y'all have fun. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Yes, watermelon with seeds. He know that. He know I don't want a watermelon without seeds. I'm okay. I was trying to get. I mean, if you need to wait till you get closer home to go to the store, that's fine. Or you can come home and then we can go to. Uh, well, what's the day? Monday. Either or. I'm open, but I don't want Chipotle since you asked me that. Or if you want to go by Texas Roadhouse, like, because you're up there in Montgomery, so if you want to go by there, those are some more options. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But steak and sweet potatoes would sound good. Okay, I have to do this. So let me think about this. So I need to boop. I need to boop. I need to boop and a boop and a boop. Okay. So that tells me the boops tells me where I'm gonna basically go in and circle out the rows. Just kind of circle it out. Just don't think about it. Start on the next one. Keep going. Page full of roses. Do, 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 do. Change up this brush a little bit. See if we can't get some more tip. There it is. Because we want in life. See how that water, that pigment is reacting to that water. Sometimes life just throws you up a blob. Doesn't mean it's not beautiful. See, that rose is kind of coming this way, and we go around this way, and it's going to kind of be right there. All right, then we're going to get some more pigment. We're going to come around here and lay that down, and come around here. Then come right there. Do. Put some more water. Do. Let it go. Boop, boop, boop. And at the end of it all, y'all, when you think about family, just like these flowers, they are showing up, and I'm showing you how to do them just very loosely. That's how family can show up. Everybody don't have to be on guard, and everybody don't have to be in charge. I love when I see families that kind of, that Waltons, y'all know my whole idea of family came from the Waltons, first of all. And then after I realized that just was not real life, I woke up and just realized just like we can be like that. Like everybody can have what they want. I mean, I just finished having family at the house, and everybody I feel like was happy. Even in my days when I want to just, kick over a table, I still had to get myself together, had to talk it out and get myself together and be like, okay, wait, all right, maybe we can do this later, or maybe you're looking at it wrong, right? But sometimes we have to have people to pull our coattail and be like, hey, maybe that was just a little too much. Be like, you know what, you might be right. But if you always want to be right and you never want to take responsibility for being wrong, then most of the time I'm just not going to show up. Pretty much. Pretty much. That's how it's going to be. I know it. I already know it. And then y'all know I like to have people at my house that respect my peace. Blake didn't come back to that door. I'm hearing something. I hope that's not him up at the front door. Let's make that one kind of touch there and bleed over. Let's put a little bit more water because sometimes people's problem bleeds over into your problems. Look at that. Okay, full page. Now let that dry. Let's put that over there. Bitty Penny, let me show you. Let me show you what I did. Look at. Got my phone on do not disturb. Did you text me back? No. Your choice. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to make it your choice. Leave it up to you. That's how I'm going to do that. Because it's Monday. Okay, so Bitty Penny, after I cut these up, so when you go back to the beginning, you'll see. But I was auditioning, just putting it on there to show the people, and then it kind of looked good, so I put it on the page, and it says, "Keep looking where the light shines bright." Excuse me, y'all. And then you got that one. I showed you that one, but those turned out good. And so these that I'm doing right here, these are going to go in a book, just in case you new and you haven't been on this journey. All of the pages you see there are like this. They're going to go in this book. Not this book per se. I'm going to make a book. So this was last year's book, 2025. So 2026 will be same thing, watercolors. All right. I need to go back over here and grab this. We need to do wet on wet. 3 miles from Roadhouse. Okay, well, yeah, go in there and order. Go in there and order something. Is your choice. Whatever you order, long as it's steak, medium well. I'm very appreciative. Okay, now we're gonna get this. My good green. We got some good green right there, but this is my good green in my handmade watercolors. So we're gonna take this. Here's the thing. We're going to take a stem here. We're going to slide it there. We're going to poop, poop, poop right there. They're going to slide right there. We're going to poop, poop, poop right there and pull it out right there. And then we're going to do right there. We're just kind of making it look like it's flowers, like on vines. You know, no fanciness. Just kind of using the water and just letting it come out. And then drop some leaves down. If you want to be fancy with your leaves, be fancy. But because this is very intuitive, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time trying to make my leaves perfect. Y'all know I like my leaves to be perfect, but we're just going to kind of slap it down and let it do its thing. Put one right there. Make it look like we got flowers, like it's on a vine. You know, a whole, what do I call it? Um, well, in my rose garden, they sit on a trellis. So just imagine these roses are laying up on a trellis. Yeah, there we go. And so therefore we have the leaves kind of popping out. And then the thorns kind of because they have to hang on to the trellis, right? That kind of peek through there and that kind of come go through there and poop through there and up there. Lay that down. Oh man, I wish I was in Montgomery with you. We could go to that other place and eat, but not there. I need to tell my hubby to adopt your moves, Mr. McCoy. He always tries calling during my lives. I need him to pop into the chat. Yes, now Mr. McCoy, I can say he does support me well in the chat. So he will and listen, this how it works. It'd be like if it comes up, you know I'm gonna start talking about it. So if you don't want to come up, don't say nothing slick. So he's learned, don't say nothing slick because he said something one day and Paula K said something. I was just like, wait, what? And we had to go on with we rode out with it. We just I can't believe you said I can't believe well, you started it. Don't start it. I won't finish it. Remember them boundaries? And I think with boundaries, I think the first set of boundaries that I learned how to set was learning how to just not assume that he could read my mind. So when I started this journey, I was just like, well, hey, we gotta have these watch times, gotta have all this stuff. It'd be cool if you just join me on my live. You ain't gotta say nothing, you just be in the chat. Hey Bernadette, hi, I missed you. I see your hands up there. So then he started joining in, and now everybody knows him, Isaiah. It's a family thing. Now we got Junior McCoy, and then we got Morena. So it's a family thing. It's like, you know, Crystal be in the chat. Bernadette is always in the chat. I'm very, very grateful. And these are people who like they know the journey. They know. So to watch the healing, I'm always quick to be like, listen, this is what's going on, especially Crystal. And y'all know Crystal. Sometimes I'll ask Crystal some things because I want a little smart remark. But sometimes if I want a very calm and wait a minute, I need to come at this from a very calm place, then I'm gonna tell Bernadette. But sometimes you when you want that person to be like, hey, we're gonna get the Vaseline and we ready to go, Crystal my ride or die. She'd be like, oh, I can't believe they did that. And then but majority of the time here lately, I don't want to be coming from that place because I've never been a person that would like to fight or whatever. I'm the person that's gonna call 911. That's me. You say you're gonna hit me? Okay, I'm gonna talk and do all the things. And y'all hear me over here on this chat? I'm gonna protect my peace. I'm gonna make room for my joy. I'm gonna say what I have to say, even with love. But the first time you hit me, I'm gonna be like 911. I just been assaulted, and I'm gonna need you to get here fast because I do have something that if they hit me again, they touch me again, you gonna need to bring the coroner. I don't ever want to be put in that position. So I have people that are around me that keep me open and keep me honest and keep me knowing that you ain't got to do that. And so But people, I mean, people will do it. Y'all, I told y'all yesterday, the man in the parking lot with the car, he cussing the lady out. No, the guy. He cussing the guy out and calling the guy all kinds of stupid in this and stupid this and stupid in that. And I was just like, oh my God. And I'm sitting here just like, wait a minute. First of all, why are you watching this? And it's like you get so engaged because you're just like, where's this finna go? And so the girl called the police. And I was just like, Lord, it seems like that's all on social media. So I'm trying to change my algorithm. So I just don't be on there. I'm trying to put my cows back on there, my little Highland cows, because I need to see more of them. I don't need to see all of this, but I also don't want to be disconnected from what's going on in the world either. So, so much so that the one I saw today, the man, he on the sidewalk, he told the lady he wasn't moving because she was walking down the wrong side of the sidewalk. Did y'all know it was a right and a wrong side of the sidewalk? Did y'all know that? If you did, tell me in the chat, is a right or a wrong side of the sidewalk? Like, you drive down the street and, left side, right side. When you walking down the sidewalk and he moved in front of her, like she's videoing her walk. You know how the people are doing their lives these days. And then she's like, wait a minute, I know they're not gonna move. So then I think she moved like to get out of their way before she got to them. And then the man said, you're on the wrong side of the street. You're not walking on the right side of the sidewalk. Like, I guess she was on the wrong side of the street. I didn't get it. I stopped looking. I didn't even care. I saw in the comments where the people said that they was glad she called the police and the man got arrested because I guess when the police came, I guess he thought that they were gonna side with him. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. So that's why I say when we're over here trying to make these boundaries, I just want to make sure that my boundaries are gonna give room for joy. I don't want to make these boundaries just for the sake of making them. Did I summon Bernadette? Bernadette probably was sitting there and realized, oh, what time it is. I wish I could summon Bernadette to the ranch at least once a month. It's a joy to sit on the porch with her and just relax. Bernadette sit on the porch and start praying. The birds start chirping louder and it sounds like they're her amen corner. Again, those are the people that I like in my life. People that are gonna add. I don't want to sit on the porch and talk about nobody if I can't help them. So, let your boundaries reflect the life that you're building, not the guilt that, you have to leave behind. And I've had to let a lot of guilt go. And that's just that. Be dependency. I'm trying to train my algorithm too. However, we can't turn the block. Yeah, the cost is too high right now, right? We need justice and equality reinstated in our society. We do. And I'm trying my best to do it one brushstroke at a time over here on Mondays and Wednesdays. That's why I continue to try to build you up so that when you do have to face some of this stuff, at least you will pause before just spouting out something that could possibly get you arrested or get you killed these days. Families are killing families. There was a family, the boy, because he decided, I guess, that he's gay, and he killed everybody in his family that was in the house that he knew was not gonna like it. That's some scary stuff right there. Because of who somebody choose to love, you're gonna first of all, you're gonna not like them. You're not gonna love them because of somebody, whoever they're choosing to love, whoever they choose to love. All the other stuff that's going on out here in the world, go find something that's really serious to kind of bother with. And he was not having it. He was not gonna deal. He wasn't gonna deal with it at all. And it was young. It was a young guy. Young guy. I mean, I want to say teenager. I want to say young, but I know it was. Again, I saw it. I just like, oh my God, and got off it. So if y'all want to be knowed up about these things, you're gonna probably have to go and Google some of the content, and I'm quite sure it'll come up because the algorithms are moving by who got shot or who got killed. And the kids that are being killed. Unfortunately, we have soldiers that are being killed, and that's sad in itself. Like where the man said he was going to stop war, and here we are at war. I don't understand that. So that's why I want to give us a place to kind of have a little grace before we kind of go popping off. And I don't blow my horn at people no more. Well, I ain't blow my horn in a long time at people. When I was in Germany, I learned, blowing your horn over there get you in trouble. So I kind of got unused to doing that. But I do have a little conversation with myself in the car. And if you happen to be in the car with me, I will talk. People like, oh, you got road rage. No, I don't. I'm in this car. The only person here, only reason you hear me is because you ain't here with me. Other than that, I'm just gonna be like, oh, it's a stop sign, not a stay sign. I ain't yelling out the window. Go, it's a stop sign, not a stay sign. Nope. I'm in my car with my windows. I ain't finna even make a gesture with the hands. I'm gonna put my signal on. I ain't gonna say why you ain't put your signal on. I might tell Mr. McCoy, well, they got why they got over here in the fast lane. And then Mr. McCoy give them grace, and he be like, well, they gonna turn. I be like, well, at some point they are. And then about 5 miles up the road, they flip on over into the right lane and get off. I say they do not understand the rules of the far left lane. The far left lane is for passing, not for you to stay passing. That's my public service announcement there, and I'm sticking to it. It's one of my pet peeves. Driving behind somebody that is driving the speed limit in the left lane. Speed limit is a recommendation. Oh, that's pretty. Y'all like that? Look at that. Oh my goodness. That might have to turn into oh, I can turn this one into a card 2 times. I can cut that in half. That's a card and that's a card. Boom. All right, let's let that dry. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Paula says, I saw that clip with the man in the car park with the feed as well. Yeah, you saw that? I proceeded to click on all my crafted and art videos to bring my joy back. Yes, that was so messed up. Bitty Bitty said, me too, Karen. I'm trying to train. Oh, I read that one. That's cool. That means the birds like Bernadette. And that is yes, yes, yes. I believe people's lives are so empty and that all they have. That's all they have. Yep. Negative attention for some people is better than no attention at all. Bitty Penny, thank you. I appreciate that about yeah, I thank y'all. And again, y'all know I thank y'all for being here. It's World Watercolor Month. It's day 20, and y'all have been showing up. I hope I've been showing out with the watercolors because every time I slap paint on paper, it is just giving me joy. I'm looking at this one. I'm not happy with these. I'm not happy with these, but we did intuitive painting. We're not supposed to be. Sometimes in life, we're not happy with life. I think Blake back. Hold on. Blake might be on the front porch. He went back in the front. I just saw him as his little tail hit the corner because the end of my studio is at the end of the porch. I have a wraparound porch, and so I saw the tail. So he probably went back in the front. He probably like she didn't hear me, but he didn't knock on the door. Usually he kind of jumps up on the door, and I know he's there. Thank you, thank you, Karen. I think about you at stop signs. It says stop, not stay. It does. I mean, it's just like some people just they take too long. I mean, stop, yes, stop, left, right again. Then they just sitting there. And I feel like sometimes people are on their phone. And I be wanting to do the blowing, but it's just like, okay. I consider it as God's way of keeping me in that spot to keep me from damage somewhere down the line. That's just the way I look at it now. All right, so this right here, we want these to kind of look like they're on vines too. So I'm kind of gonna, we're just gonna, I don't like that green. Let's make it really, really green. Well, not even really, really green. Let's put a little bit of brown with that. Let's mix some of that with that. Because a rose bush, they have kind of thorny thorns. We're going to kind of go in that and pull that there, and that kind of goes over there, and then that kind of goes right there. Give it some girth. It doesn't have to be all one. We just kind of intuitively putting not necessarily stems, but just something to represent the fence. You could possibly even put a fence right there. But me, I know I'm going to color the background. Like I possibly could put a fence right there, trellis, because that's what it is. But I'm not feeling that right now. I'm feeling just slapping this paint on this paper. Zippy! What's up, Zippity? Zippity doo dah. Zippy, I feel like you haven't been in my DM in a while. I have not seen hide or hair. I just have not. All right, that's that. I wasn't supposed to do that. So let's drop some green in there. Right. Might be a leaf that's kind of passing on, but let's drop something in there. Kind of put that, and that comes through there because we need it to come through, come through, come through. Oh, and if y'all hadn't seen Eddie got some watercolor videos too. Eddie, are you gonna if you're still here, you gonna go live, Eddie? Doing watercolor? I feel like I've abandoned gel printing, but I told my gel plates this was my first, and my gel plates be like, no, acrylic paint was your first. So are you coming back? And I'm like, yeah, I'll be back, but I got to do some more background. See, it was great when I had the ladies in the studio doing the backgrounds, and then we slapped the paint. I mean, used the gel pools. Okay, did he come back? Nope. Oh, I'm really loving this one. This one is really making my heart happy. Oh, I don't know if I gave you guys an update on she's like my granddaughter, well, her mom, but the one that told you had to have surgery. So she had surgery, she had the other surgery, they did a biopsy on her brain, so now they're just waiting for the results to see if she has to will have to have chemo. So we're praying that she does not have to have chemo, and that everything is going to come, and maybe her brain just needed to have the pressure relieved. But she's been doing well. She's still in the hospital. So, but y'all continue to keep her in your prayers because it's hard to see anybody in the hospital struggling, but it's harder when it's a child. She's only, um, Isabel is 12. So very active, very, very active young lady. She was doing gymnastics. So this is how they found all the things. So look at that. Oh, see, you just slap it down. Don't worry about it. Just tell it to go. Just get on the paper and just do its thing. That looks so good. I'm very happy with that. All right, we're gonna keep it moving because we got to put leaves on all of them. Do, 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 do. By the time I finish with the lives, y'all, every day has been amazing. Amazing. I thought it was gonna rain. See how it started out on the live? Now the sun's just come up. All right, first we're going into this gold because we're going to put gold inside our centers. Just going to pop a little highlight around it. Why? Because we just want to add a little joy to it. Just because life doesn't show up great does not mean you can't go and have ice cream. Does not mean you can't cry while you eat your ice cream. Every day might not be perfect. Everybody might not like you. It's okay. Do you like you? Look in the mirror and ask you, are you happy with you? When you get out of the shower, that's the best time. Look at you and be like, do you like you? Or are you avoiding the mirror? Love you. Right? These are the things that I've just learned to do in life. Because I was talking to my daughter yesterday, I think it was, and I said something and it kind of baffled her, and she's just like, "You?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it was a point in time, when you were younger, and you had the mean girls. The mean girls had all of the cool things or whatever. And mean girls just made you feel like you were less than, or if you wasn't didn't have the model body, then you wasn't good enough." So I was telling her, I was like, "Yeah, it was a time." I said, "But now, child, please, it'd take a whole lot for somebody to make me feel bad about myself, and won't, and I won't, because they might say something, and I'd be like, you know what? Hold on, let me go and get on this. Let me go get on this lawnmower real quick. Be like, I'll be back in about 2 hours. I'm talking to you. I know. I'll be back in about 2 hours, and hopefully you'll be gone, because I don't have the energy. Because most of the time, people are mean because they don't like themselves. That's what I've learned in life. People talk about other people because they don't like their own life. I've learned. It has nothing to do with me personally. It's their own. When they look in the mirror, they don't like that silhouette that's looking back. And they look over here, and I done lost a whole 20 pounds. Then they mad. So now it's my fault. And I'm just like, well, I like you just the way you are. You cute, girl, you cute. And and they want to get mad. Just like, wait a minute, you gotta love on you. I can't love on you more than you love. You gotta love on you. I'm gonna love me. You hear me? Mr. McCoy be like, "Oh, you so cute." I'll be like, "Aunt is. That's a cute dress you got on today, Aunt is. I like your hair." Me too. And it's not arrogance. It's just that I confirm me. I don't wait on the world to confirm me no more. "Well, you're doing a good job." And I know, thank you. And what I tell you, ooh, that is beautiful. That is very much so beautiful. Look at that. That's what, toot your own horn. Beep, beep. Toot your own horn. Don't wait on nobody to come and show up. Because they ain't never coming. And then when they do come, they're going to tell you, they're going to lie to you because they really don't genuinely believe what they said. So tell yourself, I am freaking fabulous. Y'all know what to say when you get up in the morning. What you supposed to say? What you supposed to say when you get up in the morning? What I tell myself in the morning when I get up? I tell myself this first and foremost. This is my little anthem. I am the best thing that God woke up this morning. And is Michelle, where you been, girl? Crystal was looking for you. Hold on. Hold on. Blakey Blake. Now let's he went over there to because he was over there with the other dogs at the doghouse. And last time I went, he was sitting at the door. I was like, you ready to go in the doghouse? Now I can let you go in the doghouse. I wasn't trying to. Michelle, where you been? Post concussion syndrome. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. She was here the first of the year. I mean first of the year, the first of the month. And she's like, "Where is Call Me Glitter?" And I told her I to think about it, I had not seen you. Look, see these that's why I be needing people like give me your follow me on what that thing is. Um what's that? Send me your email so I can reach out because when I don't see you, I do genuinely get worried. Because I'm trying to tell y'all my peeps. I like to hang out with y'all. I believe because y'all still here and y'all show up every day, I believe y'all can handle me. In real life. Like, be like, oh, Karen, she said something, y'all, you better pay attention. I know what that tone sound like. I hear him barking. He barking. He over there at the doghouse. Okay, do that. Do that. Cause I was very much so concerned. And then some, because I don't want to think like I don't want to think, oh, well, they just don't follow me no more, or they just don't whatever, or because sometimes people have told me in the past, it's just like coming on your channel, you make me look in the mirror at myself too much, and sometimes I don't like what I see. That's not my intention. However, 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 you might if that's what you need, then at least you're honest enough to say it. But everybody's not ready to do the work. And I understand that. I wasn't always ready to do the work either. I did a whole lot of pointing the fingers and blaming everybody else too. It was always somebody else's fault too. Now I accept my part in the situation. Be like, well, I could have said nothing, or I could have did this, or I could have. So I'm going to do that a little bit, but then I'm only going to tell you, I'm only going to do that so many times though, because at the end of the day, sometimes the people behavior is just not going to change. Okay, I keep hearing, so I feel like we just gonna let him knock on the door. He'll come over here. I hear the other dogs over at the doghouse, so I feel like he over there. Okay, I like this. All right, and my leaves need to be a little bit more bigger. They need to be more expressive. Let's slap the paint down and let it go. Let it do what it do. Drop some of that in there. Put some of that on there. That's my good green mixed with my other green. Bridget! Bridget said today was ice cream day, y'all. I didn't know. I have to eat some ice cream after I eat dinner. See, there's the other dog. So that's Lauren barking, though. She probably mad at Boaz. Oh, no, he back. I hear him. Buddy? Boy. So good boy. So good boy. He say it's hot out there. He back now. He hit his little paw on the door. Just say, hey, let me in. Okay. We're going to lay some leaves around. Just kind of lay the leaves around now. Just kind of pop them down. Remember, it's just intuitively. Just drop them down. Just slide the paint. Let the paint do what it want to do. And then when it dries, if you want to do something different after it dries, then that's a little bit different. Thank you, Bridget. Oh, yesterday. That was from yesterday. Oh, I was late. Does that mean today is gelato day instead? Asking for a friend. Hey, Cookie, every day is gelato day. Like I feel like every day could be gelato day. When Mr. McCoy buy ice cream, he don't buy gelato because he be wanting to make what's I say, root beer floats, and he got to get that bad ice cream. I call it bad because it makes my sugar spike up. I like, look at that. Just separate that, put that there, and drop that in there. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, and then just in case Pamela comes on here and do team replay, happy birthday. Because today is Pamela's birthday. And Pamela is she's got a YouTube channel, but her YouTube channel I think is around her traveling in her RV, her little minivan. But today is her birthday. I like that. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna let that dry. Look at that. Putting them over here and letting them dry. We're gonna do let's do purple because we're gonna do purple and gold. So to this week, this water will last me. I'm gonna use it all week because why? We got pigment in it. And when you're trying to make flowers that are not too much pigment, but you still got pigment in there. See, so it still can show up. So we don't throw the water away. But I always have another glass of clean water. So we can make sure our brushes is clean if you don't want to contaminate the brush. But you know me, I like to mix it up. I don't care. Oh, let me run the IG and wish her. Okay. Yes. Her and today is my massage therapist who moved. Today is her birthday as well. And then Bridget tomorrow is the other Bridget's birthday. And that's only because I got it on my calendar. I feel like I need to do a what you call that thing? A spreadsheet. Because I like to keep up. I like to send happy mail to people for their birthdays and things, you know. Or you just like to make your mailbox happy. Make your mailman happy. Let the mailman know that they're needed. I let my mailman know he's needed because we made Mr. McCoy did the mailbox. Mailbox got flowers around it now. So grateful. It's so pretty. I can't wait to fall so I can put my mums in it. We're going to change flowers. And in wintertime, it'll be resting. Won't be anything in there for the winter. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love purple and gold. Those are my wedding colors. Purple and gold. That's not going to be our next one. We renew our wedding vows. We're not going to have wedding colors. We're just going to, I don't know what we're going to do. I feel like we're going to just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. We're just going to go to Barbados and have a great time with Paula K. I think that's it. And then renew our vows. That's it. Because the first time, oh my God, the first time was so much pressure. It was a very beautiful wedding. If I look back at the video, and then sometimes I'd be like, oh Lord, that was a bad moment right there. But overall, it was a good day. It was emotional as hell though. But it was good to look back on. Bitty Penny, you can come to our vow renewal. It's going to be in Barbados. Paula K is hosting. She will be the point of contact for all the things because we're not gonna do any of the touristy stuff. Paula K is gonna tell us where to stay. She's gonna tell us where we need to be so that we can have the experience. That's what I want, the experience of the island as though I live there. And what better way than to let the person that lives there tell you what to do? Because don't threaten me with a good time. But that's what the plan is for our 20th. I've told the people that I want to know and the people that I don't want to know that's not invited, I ain't said nothing to them. Remember that fence, the boundary. I'm not finna take you out of the country and have you showing out. We ain't doing that. Okay, we got that. Now I'm gonna use my good green. So I mean I gotta switch sides. Because my good green actually it's not green, it's umber. That's the thing I just realized that I wonder if I put the wrong color, but it's umber. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me clean this brush real for real for real. Because this umber, or maybe I don't put so much green on it. It's a piece of paper. Let's get us a plain piece of paper. Let's do a background for an ATC. Where did it go? I don't know, but is umber? I'm thinking umber like brown. Maybe I got the wrong color. I feel like I put the wrong color, but it says umber. But this, maybe I don't put too much green on top. Let's just keep going. Clean my brush, which means I'm trying to clean the top because it's probably just, I don't know. There it is. See? Yep, I don't put too much green on top. So taking umber and popping in my good green, which usually is, let's put that back, which is usually this green because it has a hole in it. So umber mixed with sap green. So I got and then I get that good green. See there? That's exactly what I've done. Oh my goodness. So it is umber and it's supposed to be that brownish color. Okay, so now y'all know the recipe of how I make my good green. Sap green and umber. That's my good green. There we go. Brenda says my mom and Bo's mom were making big plans for a big wedding. We kept saying, nope, family only. They continued. We eloped and made everyone mad. Ooh, cha. I think it would have been okay if I would have we would have eloped, but it would have been hard. Mr. McCoy was already home on R&R because he was in Iraq. So it would have been rough. And I'd never had a wedding, like a big wedding, like my first when I went to the courthouse. So this one was first and last, I mean second and last, when ain't doing it no more. Right. And so I ain't gonna say I wanted what I wanted. But if I had to do all over again, I probably would just say, when you come back, we'll just go to Paris and get married. If I had it to do all over again, I probably would. Just let's get married in Paris. Because that's where we went on our little mini honeymoon. It just seemed like it was so much stress for everybody else, which in turn stressed me because I was already, I was already in having moments because like my daughter and my granddaughter wasn't there, and so that was another, you know, y'all understand. Y'all will keep listening to me. You understand why my boundaries and why my daggone fence got fire on it. I just been through enough crap. I just don't have time. I just don't have the mental fortitude, the mental capacity, none of that stuff. I just don't. I just want when I show up, I just want to show up. Let's just have fun. Go. If you drink, go have a drink. If you don't, go get whatever you want. Let's just chill. Let's what's that song? Let's chill. Let's settle down. Let's paint. That's why when Crystal and Bernadette and Morena came, even Shamari came in the studio, that just made my heart happy because people met me where I was. So if they said, Karen, we ain't going back in there, we did that day for you. We ain't doing it no more. I would have been cool with that. But they came. And then Bernadette and Crystal kept coming. Morena kept coming. So it was everybody was just good. But if they would have said, I did that one time, or if they'd have came and be like, no, I don't want to do none of that, be like, okay, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, we ain't got to paint all the time, but you ain't finna come here and start no ruckus either. Go somewhere and sit down. They're gonna be like, who let the dogs out, Karen? And that's just a can of whoop behind. Michelle, you have missed. There's always replay. Tell me what you did with your mailbox. Oh, with my mailbox, you take a flower pot. I did a big old flower pot. We bought a big old flower pot from Lowe's. And then we took the mailbox out of the ground. Mr. McCoy put a hole in the flower pot, then put the cement in the flower pot so high, right? Then we put dirt on top of it, and then he put the cement, then he put the mailbox back through the hole and cemented it in. And it's a beautiful display that's out there. I love it. And now the mailman don't have to worry about yanking over our pole because when they come, they just be so rough. So if they be rough with it now, they're gonna hurt their hand, hurt their arm. That is so beautiful. And then the city, well, not the city, but what we call the city, they came and did mold the side of the road on both sides. So that made it even better. It's just like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's just very much so beautiful. Okay, I had a big wedding first go round. That didn't work. We wanted parents, siblings, and our kids. Our list 20 became a list of 250 our day, our way. We had a list of, it was a good list, but mostly the people that were in my wedding, those were the people that were important to me when my daughter and granddaughter died. So the people that were in my wedding, they were there for me at the most critical time of my life, right? So, yeah, because there was a lot of questions about a lot of things. And then other things, other people I wanted to be in my wedding couldn't be in my wedding because of, so it was just a lot. And I mean, I enjoy it. I said I was going to show y'all some pictures one day. But it was a beautiful day. overall, we made it work. And then he had to go back. He had to go back to Iraq. So I was trying my best to enjoy my time with my new husband, and other people were trying to take my time because it was their brother or it was their son. And I'm just like, well, okay, because the niceness in me was just like, well, okay, can we just do something together? And then we could never do nothing together. I just never understood that. So look at that. That's my green green. But when we go to Barbados, we gonna have fun. We're gonna jet ski, water ski, eat, do all the things. I mean, like again, are there any festivals? I'm excited. Like we gotta wait though, because it's gonna be for our 20th. We're only at 17 now. But now is the time to start planning. I told Crystal doesn't have a passport. I was like, you need to get a passport because Crystal was my maid of honor and my matron of honor. She always out of the country, so she ready. All I gotta do is just tell her. I already told one, let me see, two. I had seven bridesmaids. They all won't be showing up or don't need to show up if they don't want to in that capacity because we're not having it like that. You know what I mean? But they can show up, but we're not going to need all of those. And then William had his guys, so he can tell his guys if they want to show up. But some of the spectators, we good. We want to have fun. Isn't that right, Paula Cat? My wedding was super small, about 30 people, a cocktail hour, a toast with champagne cake, and then we said goodbye to our guests, then had our private dinner at the hotel. Sounds good, Paula K. That sounds real good. Redo that for us. That sounds real good. I mean, that sounds really, really good. Like on the beach with our bare feet. Heck, I mean, we can slap some paint on some paper. I'm just saying. I think Mr. McCoy will be down for some paint. I think. I don't know. And then we told Marina and Shamari, so say, look, everybody, whoever want to go that we've invited, they can show up. There we go. Look at that. And then after this dries a little bit, I'm gonna drop some yellow in there. I'll drop some yellow. So the anniversary date is May 23rd. We got married May 23rd, 2009, which is daughter number three's birthday. But y'all know we learned later on. We learned later on that she wasn't happy with it. She said she was. She wasn't that mad. She turned 21 that day. Mr. McCoy said he needed to have something, a day that he could remember our anniversary. I was like, okay. And it happened to be, it was her birthday. And so she turned 21. And Lord, did she come in the night that night she came in. She said, well, I made it down the aisle. I didn't realize how serious that was. But turning 21, being able to buy your own alcohol, yeah, everybody was, as they said in their words, lit. I was like, okay, well, I'm happy you made it down the aisle. She was a beautiful bridesmaid, though. And she had just had my grandson because Braylon was born in February and we got married in May. So she wore that dress, boy, very well. She was very beautiful. And Joshua, that's why I told William he ain't no starting over because I don't have Joshua to give me away. Joshua gave me away. And at the time of who give this woman to this man, all my children said we do. And I think as a family, we blend it well, I think. Our children's they grew up having relationships with each other, which was important to me. I wasn't just marrying him. He had children, I had children. So that was important because, I had been in the vein of being a stepchild and I didn't like it. So I always wanted to be not a stepmother, but a bonus mother. I always wanted to be there to help along the way. And didn't just want it to, I'm marrying him and it's what I want. And not, no, it's no, no, no. We got to meet these kids. Make sure these kids okay. Now I was that woman for the daughters. She called me that woman for a long time. That woman you married to. That's pretty. Look at the roses. See how they're coming to life once you put them. All right, everybody's got a stem. Everybody got petals. Okay, where are we at? Oh, great timing. That is so good. Don't you like when something comes together? Look at that. Oh, my desk is so full and so happy. Okay. Y'all happy? Listen. Uh, if I get sad, all I'm gonna do is come and pull out these flowers. Look at that one, that purple and gold. Put that one that way. This one this way. We got this one's got stems. That's a bouquet, kind of like the leaves, like that one. This one can go this way. This one this way. And I'm going to try my best not to go back in and bother any of these. Because usually when I do intuitive painting, it's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect at all. At all. Darcy says ours was small too, 28 people, including us. I feel like that's the way to go now. Again, if I had it to do all over again, I believe it would probably be about 50. You'll let Ray know. Is that the only person you're gonna let know? Yeah. Okay. We will not have that conversation online. We will not, but okay. I think we agree. I think both of us agree now. We want to be happy. We've experienced what peace is, y'all. And when you've experienced what peace is, you just don't want to go back to all the bull, the BS.com. You just don't want to. You don't have room for it. You want to have a simpler life. That's why I like intuition. I like showing up and kind of painting intuitively. Like kind of, especially when I'm doing mixed media, right? Like you don't have to overthink it. The marks doesn't matter what the paint you're going to use. You just kind of pull out what you're going to use. I'm going to use some gloss spray. I'm going to use some acrylic paint. Okay, I need this or I need that. Or if I'm in my studio, I start with a blank piece of paper and be like, okay, what are we going to put down? And then I'll just start going from different places. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's just let it kind of go. And that for me is what helped me grieve, was not putting a whole lot of pressure on myself. So that's why when I started watching Lolly Mills, I think that's her name, Lolly, and she would say like, just be intuitive. And I just like, okay, being intuitive kind of means that you don't control anything. And you got a sense of just letting it naturally flow. And I'm trying to control my emotions over here. And so more and more I got into it and I walked into the intuitiveness and I'm just like, okay, it means just letting go, letting the paint guide you instead of trying to control every detail of it. So then I applied that to my life. I was just like, let go. Just relax. You happy today? Be happy. You're sad today? Be sad. You're crying? Cry. That's what the watercolors and being intuitive did for me. Everybody don't like it. A lot of people like being in control. I'm just over it. I can't control it. I can't control people. I can't control what they do, but what I can control is how they treat me. And all I say is you show up and you respect me, I respect you. We good. You get to come inside the gate. If you respect me a little bit, you're going to be outside the gate. And I'll deal with you when I have enough energy so that when you plug in that BS, then I can receive it a little bit. Or when you cut the fan on and start blowing that BS my way, I can put something up to kind of block it. But I don't always want to do that. This is what I want. Look how beautiful that is. This is what I want in my life and in my heart. And if you're not bringing this the noise I want. Bring this kind of noise. Don't bring that other one. Don't come telling me what you want, what you is, and what you ain't gonna do. Because as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And I'm going to pray, Lord, please help me to navigate through how to handle this situation. And I'm going to try to sit patiently and wait. I am. So I'm going to get this thing. I was happy with the decision in the end. I bet you was. We're running evening cow check and I lost signal. Our 29th birthday was 29th birthday or anniversary. Went to Cracker Barrel and ate. Then went grocery shopping. See, that's life. That's new life stuff right there, right? When you do stuff that you don't have to do a whole bunch of stuff. It's just like, wait, it's our anniversary coming up. What are we gonna do? Well, I'm gonna go mow over here. I'm gonna get on a tractor. Or I'm gonna do this and be like, okay, cool. It just doesn't have to be a grand gesture that big. I mean, for my anniversary, what we do this year? Because May is gone. What do we do this year? I don't feel like we did anything. I feel like we were out in the yard, I think, and went to dinner. But like next year, I feel like well, no, for Christmas, I want my gate. Like that's all I'm hollering now. I want my gate. So when I go out the gate, I can just click the clicker and the gate open. Right now, I ain't got it. So today, y'all, we're going to trust our creative intuition. This is what intuition looked like today for me. We chose the colors. I chose the colors that spoke to my heart, and that was from last night's pretty much thinking about color. And then I let the water move. I let the paint unfold. I didn't force it. I talked to y'all and just kind of tried to just let it be. And we slapped our leaves down, which I think did a whole these two. Them leaves are different. Those are different leaves. My leaves are a little bit more controlled. I love it. 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 Now I'm gonna turn these into, well, actually I was gonna say I was gonna turn these into cards, but I can't turn them into cards because they're gonna be turned into a book. They're gonna be turned into my World Watercolor 2026 book. Like this one is my World Water. These were prints from 2025, right? There's a video where I flipped through this nice and slow. So, and I did my cinch and made it into a book. So this year we're gonna do the same thing, right? So every day when life gets to acting crazy, I want you to go and do something that makes your heart happy. Life in color. Don't let people tick you off. Don't let people steal your joy. Don't let people be the reason that you just turn to be nasty and all the things. And then they come back and be like, oh, she's just so mean. No, you made me this way. Tragedy comes in your life. Things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. Make sure you control what your healing after tragedy looks like. Don't seek anybody to give you approval to find your joy. I'm giving you permission. Here's your permission slip. Find your own joy. Write your own permission slip. What do you need? You can choose how you spend your time. You can decide who receives access to you. You can decide what your reaction is going to be to someone that continues to want to be rude. You do not have to show up and let people keep using you as a doormat. Set your boundaries. Cut that heat on if you need to. Them sparks. That means setting a hard boundary. And the heat is it has electricity on the fence. That means that they cannot have access to you. And set a time limit, especially if it's family. You might need some time. Like Brenda said, you need some time. Sometimes you just have to have time from people so that people know that when I show up, I want you to be respectful of my time because I'm going to bring good energy this way. And I want you to bring good energy like this my way. But people will not treat you the way you want to be treated unless you tell them how you want to be treated. And then when they don't do it, let them know gently that they're disrespecting you and it's time for you to leave. And I'll see you the next time when I come around. Okay? And that's okay. It's okay. It is okay. So this is day 20 for World Watercolor Month. Again, I thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really, 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 really do. I do. I do. I do not take it for granted that you're here. I do. And I want you to continue to pray for me as I continue to pray for you guys and to help people to gain wisdom, help the world see a little bit more humility and have compassion. Help us to listen before we judge people, pause before we respond to people, love people without feeling superior to them, and open our hearts a little bit more to some experiences that we just maybe don't know. I watercolor. Maybe somebody doesn't. Doesn't make it right or wrong. And let our lives kind of reflect the peace and the justice and the dignity that we want for ourselves. So that when we show up and we represent the very thing that we talk about. All right, guys? All right, I'm going to get off of here, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. Why? Because it's World Watercolor Month, and we are here every day in the month of July for World Watercolor Month. See you guys later. Bye.